pace with control of this race. Here comes a run from Davey Hazard. He blocks the 10. Not going to be enough. Ryan Pace is going to win at Talladega.
Curry trying to hold off Wilson. He's done a good job so far. Wilson, one last desperate attempt to the bottom. He won't get there. Nick Curry wins at Bristol.
Coming out turn number 2, coming down the back straightaway here. Looks like he's in a class of his own right now.
Merzlak, one final time, get around the 55, big time send.
He hits the wall, he hits it, he gets the lead, but can he hang on to it? Oh my goodness, he made it to the line!
Big push down the backstretch is going to give him a good run through the corners.
Just a little bit
Follow from the 1.
A little bit of contact there for second, but coming to the line, Toby Roberson's going to take home the checkered flag and victory here from the new Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the HVRL Maverick Cup Series live from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're so glad you joined us here tonight on JTN. As always, I'm your host, Joe Towinski. Joining me up here in the booth tonight, the one and only Mr. Austin Spencer. Hello, Austin.
Hello, America. Happy to be here. Maverick Night in America once again.
Across America, in America, throughout America, with America. You know, we're here on your airwaves for the next 2 hours. If not, a little bit of bonus coverage for you folks at home for what promises to be an interesting race here tonight, Austin. We were talking about it here in our production meeting that we obviously had. Very tricky track here at Indy.
That's right. This is one of the toughest places that the Maverick Cup Series hits on their schedule, and the real life NASCAR used to hit, and I believe in the future is going to start hitting again. The Brickyard, the rectangle. It is feared by a lot of drivers. It's one of the most famous racetracks in all of motorsports history, and it is one of the toughest. As even though there are 4 identical corners, I tell you what, they all 4 feel completely unique thanks to the short chutes between them. It's very difficult, very challenging, and I tell you what, there's a very thin racing groove in those corners, and that is what provides a lot of excitement. And I'm sure we will be here for all 100 laps here this evening, Joe.
You're sure we'll be here for all 100 laps?
Yeah, I think so.
That's what Bristol told us, at least, right?
That's right. I mean, hey, we discussed it last time I was up here. They lock you in here. I don't know where else we're going to go.
They do lock you in here. See Xavier Brown in his new Southern New Hampshire University Ford. R13, new sponsor there for that team. He's hitting the wall down the front straightaway.
Look out.
Oh, contact!
Oh, no. It's a good thing they got the backup already prepped.
A lot of concrete walls here. Did you notice that?
Oh, no. Well,
No.
clearly, Ryan Blaney does not matter to the Maverick Cup Series.
Jesus. 100 laps here tonight, folks. Around this 2.5 mile hallowed ground. This is the Brickyard. Going to be a fun one again. This is your Maverick Cup Series race preview presented by our friends with AutoSim 2. Remember, AutoSim 2 now available on Steam for $9.99. You can go check it out. Again, AutoSim 2 now available on Steam for $9.99.
Speaking of Steam Summer Sale should be coming up here pretty soon. It's the time of year.
I kept getting emails about it because obviously, you know, it's not a secret. We were, we published AutoSim, and that's why it sponsors our segments, because, you know, you can't find real sponsorship. Just sponsor it yourself, right?
That's right. HendrickCars.com, baby.
Heck yeah. Hey, look at how good Kyle Larson is. You know?
Exactly, right?
We're going to be the Kyle Larson of NR broadcasting, just without some of the other stuff that comes along with that. See Keith Hughes out there, last week's winner in the 82. He hits the wall. Mike Carroll going to get collected. They are dead.
Oh my goodness.
Tate Dorsey is dead. I think practice might be over.
Well, yeah. There it is. Yeah, it's practice over.
Let's head to qualifying. Drivers will get out there on track, try to set some fast times.
I tell you, that's another thing about Indianapolis, right? The track is so long. We know it's tied with Daytona, the second longest quote unquote oval on the circuit, only behind Talladega. It's a long track, fast speeds, but I tell you what, these long laps, it really is a big mental game, you know, because each corner it affects your momentum. Think about how long those straightaways are. It can be really, really tough to qualify here because, like I mentioned earlier, it is really, really hard to nail all four corners.
Well, and how much of that too? I mean, the visuals are so. I always found the visuals being so different, being a challenge. Right, turn one, you have the grandstands high, towering over you, heading down into that corner, and then turn three, which in theory should be similar to turn one because it's at the end of one of these long straightaways. Completely different. You don't have the big towering grandstand. You just have the normal set of bleachers down there at that end of the speedway. It's I don't know. The northeast corner of this track is a lot different than the southwest corner. Is
Yeah,
what I'm getting at. Just visually, right? You come down the front straightaway, you're enclosed, and then you're going down the back straightaway, and you're seeing somebody and his friend playing golf. You know.
that's right. You're in the middle of a cornfield in Indiana, so you know, not actually, but
Not
you know,
actually.
it
I was gonna
feels
say
like it.
this track is in the city. Like it's.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is in the middle of Indianapolis. But you know, you can't really tell that from the view on the back straightaway, like you mentioned. There ain't much out there. But a little bit of campground.
Mm-hmm.
And you might see some folks. I don't
Nice
know,
golf course.
doing some wild stuff on the backstretch or in the
Like
infield.
what?
I don't know. There's a
Were you
you
down
see a lot of
there?
Twitter. No, it's they got that fan fest thing
Yeah.
on Twitter.
Yeah.
The Indy 500 that a whole lot of folks post about.
Mhm.
Man, they got some wild folks down there. I mean, hey, if I got to be down there for the Indy 500, I'd probably be doing some pretty wild things too. Where else are you gonna have more fun?
Would you
I don't know.
participate in the snake pit?
I feel like that'd be cool one time. That's probably it.
Probably
But
when you're
one
young
time,
too, right? Like you don't want to.
that's right.
You probably don't want to be like
Please.
40 with kids in the snake pit.
Yeah, no, I better get on that.
Yeah.
Not the snake pit.
Oh, I thought you meant the kids part.
Oh, nope. No, we don't need that. Hey, Zach Rogers is looking awfully fast. Still a minute left in qualifying, but he's got a 10th up on RJ Bishop as the times currently sit.
Running sub 50 seconds, almost sub 49 second laps.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Zach took the week off last week. My memory doesn't serve me very well right now. See Matt Stern, Steven in chat, Xavier Brown, welcome in, folks. Hello, Matt. He said hello to JTN, so I gotta say hello back. Hello. And he's betting on Zach Rogers to win. I think that's a pretty safe bet here tonight. I think was talking with Zach last night for this race, and sounds like that 9 team pretty confident that they're gonna have a strong run. It's just about making it to the end of this race because it's a long one. 100 laps here at Indy is gonna feel like a lifetime, especially behind the wheel of one of these stock cars.
Yeah, that's right. That is just a long race, folks. Hoo-wee, if you know what I mean.
Hoo-wee.
That's right.
Oh, that's right. Qualifying has concluded. There's a couple new names on the entry list, but Austin, I'm going to throw you to the wolves. Why don't you take us through tonight's starting lineup?
All right, it looks like we are all set as we get into happy hour. Zach Rogers captures the pole with a time of 49.165. RJ Bishop close up behind him, only 6/100ths behind with a 49.222. It is RJ Bishop in the number 42 car. Second row sits Allison Rodrigo, 49.411. And then, like you mentioned, last week's winner, Keith Hughes, a 49.551, gets him starting position number 4. Tom Musa in the 04 starts 5th. Jess Hanna starting 6th in the number 16 car. And we move to the 4th row, the number 6 car of Tate Dorsey. Alongside him, Chad Heyer, I hope I said that right, in the 007. Moving to the 5th row is the 35 car of Mike Carroll. Alongside him is the 012 of Jose Reyes Jr. Starting 11th is the number 33 of Kyle Viana. 12th is Xavier Brown in the 30 car. 13th is the hometown boy, Jason Dady in the 51. 14th is Mark Snyder in the 27 machine. Starting 15th is the 19 of Derek Hauser. And that is the last car to post a time. Those who did not post a time, right next to Hauser in the number 7 is James Sykes. Behind Hauser in 17th is the 22 car of Benjamin Snyder. And behind him, starting in last, the 18th position, will be the 55 of Quentin Moore.
That was flawless, Austin. I want you to
Thank
know
you.
that.
Appreciate that.
Just giving us some extra professionalism.
Well, hey, I've read out a lot of starting lineups in my days, so I've got to nail it.
I see Jason Dady there in the 51, hometown hero, looking for a good run here tonight. Sounds like on grounds reporting from Tate Dorsey that the 51 had a line that almost kept him from qualifying for the race here tonight.
Oh.
Just people wanting autographs, so
Hey, I believe it.
Unpopular
Packed house
driver.
here in Indy.
I was gonna say, got a lot of campers here. They know it's Maverick Night in America. They know this is a big event, you know?
That's right. I mean, at this point, how could you not? And what better time to have this as we are just a week away from America's Day, Maverick Night in America. Oh my goodness, Joe! Maverick Night in America falls on a July 4th.
Well, we don't have Maverick next week.
Well, right, but Tuesdays.
Yeah.
That's what it is now. So we're gonna be shooting off fireworks, racing
Should I-
gunpowder high into the sky instead of on the racetrack.
Should I just go buy a bunch of fireworks and make that next week's live broadcast just shooting off fireworks?
That would be awesome. That would be fantastic, and I would, I would be here for that. I would enjoy that.
Of course, Maverick takes their July break, so this last race before we see you again in August on Tuesday nights with Maverick. But don't fear, Hobo Racing going to pick up, not next Tuesday, of course, with the holiday, but the following. So we'll be back with the boys at Hobo for 3 weeks. Their Cup Series action. Looking forward to that.
I'm excited. I've watched the Hobo series quite a while on the channel, Joe. Hobo provides some fantastic, classic racing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited. I believe I'll be up here for a couple of those, won't
I believe so.
I? All right.
I'd have to look at the schedule. I don't, I just know I have to be here, right?
Right. Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah, you'll have that.
I finally talked to our scheduling manager and got them to actually put together a schedule for you guys, The scheduling
Also-
manager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard about that guy. Yeah, we won't go any further than that, but
I haven't heard good things, huh?
I don't know.
Folks, the joke is I'm the scheduling manager.
See, what day is it? It's the 29th.
Because I don't know if I
27th.
just gave Ricky off next week, and then you just pick up the following week to keep the rotation, or if I swap the rotation, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I don't do anything on Tuesday nights, so...
Well, now you're part of Maverick Night in America.
That's right.
And Hobo Racing on JTN.
That is right. I mean, what else would I want to do? Like I said, I didn't do anything beforehand, and now here I
got
am.
something.
That's right.
A couple rivals side by side out there on track. Keith Hughes going by Tate Dorsey.
Look out. This one heated up in Chicago a couple weeks ago, if you guys remember. Little contact under the yellow flag.
Ooh.
We'll have to, we'll have to keep our eye out on that, Johnny. I tell you what, happy hour is winding down. I'm just excited, Joe. I'm just as excited as I was a couple weeks ago for Chicagoland. We're right back here in staying in the Midwest, which is, me and you's backyard, kinda.
Mm-hmm.
Just exciting vibes all around. Who wouldn't want to be here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway here today?
Who wouldn't want to be here in Indianapolis?
Joe, I'm glad that Maverick, they seem to brought out the fans, and not just in the stands, but to get the smoke out of the sky.
I was gonna say, was it smoky by you today, or?
Oh, it's terrible out here.
Yeah,
we're supposed to wear masks outside. Nobody's doing that, but we're supposed to.
We were told not to go outside, so I naturally went outside.
Yeah, right. Naturally, I went to work like everybody else.
Yeah. But today was like because is it still the wildfires up in Quebec? Is that or are there different wildfires?
Closer. Oh, we're on the grid.
We are. We're getting gridded up here.
But yes, they're a little bit closer this time. There's more.
Thinking of all the folks affected by the fires, and that affected more than us too, because our problems do not matter when it comes to people losing their homes and their lives. We are jerks, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's hard to acknowledge a problem you can't see until you see it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you, those fires they're devastating, like you mentioned.
Sending out our thoughts and prayers as we wait the command to get engines fired. As the engines get fired, it's going to be Zach Rogers rolling off from the top spot. He posted a time of 49 seconds, .165.
That's a good time, Joe. With no draft?
No toe. No toe. You got to say no toe. It's Indy.
Oh, right. I heard that. Yeah.
This is the 2014 version of the track, so there's a 24 at the top of the pylon. Now, are you a Jeff Gordon guy?
I didn't really care. I was a Tony Stewart fan when I was younger. Oh, we've left the track.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
remember that qualifying lineup you went through? Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
We're going back to practice, baby.
All right. That's okay. Anyway, I was going to say, I didn't really care about him. He was just kind of there because I grew up after his era of like totally dominating things.
Right,
I grew up in the Jimmy Johnson domination, so he was just kind of like, there's Jeff Gordon. I didn't really love him or hate him, except the Phoenix 2012 thing. That kind of soured my opinion of him. But I also thought it was cool in 2014 when he called Keselowski a dip poop on live TV. That was really funny. Other than that, there he was.
Yeah, I don't like Jeff Gordon.
Oh, yeah. I just thought he was okay. And you're a Brad Keselowski fan, aren't you?
Yeah, but I didn't like Jeff Gordon before that, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, I didn't really, I was 14 and he cursed on TV, so that was a standout moment of my life back then.
Yeah. Anyways, we're requalifying, so I'm not going to waste ink and rewrite down the starting lineup.
Right.
Should I say that out loud? I don't think that was something I should have said out loud, but I did.
Well, I mean, hey, the starting lineup, it'll be interesting to see what they do here because they have a couple options. Since they have the full pace lap, they have time to get everybody organized. If they recorded what it was before the oopsie.
Well, I did,
Um,
so, but
well,
I
that's,
just,
that's good. So they, they could re-rack them, and just clear everybody's black flags. I know plenty of leagues that have done that, and they could also just say, "Well, sorry, folks," and I almost guarantee they'll let Zach Rogers get his pole. I would assume.
I don't know about that.
Oh man.
We'll
Well, I would
see.
hope that's what they do.
I would
If
too.
not, I hope that Zach can lay down another blazer and get himself back on the pole position.
Can you imagine
Um,
you get the pole, and then you don't get the pole, and then like you get taken out early in the race?
oh, I would
Ooh.
be heated.
Ooh.
I would be heated.
Hypotheticals that I've never seen happen before.
Right. Yeah, that's never happened in the history of ever before.
Folks, as always, though, can't thank you enough for tuning into JTN, for sticking with us through
Oh wow, they're requalifying. Yep.
things like these. Remember, if you haven't already, drop a like on the video. That is a huge help. Got 15 people currently tuned in. Only have 5 likes. If we could kind of get that like number close to the viewership number, that would be amazing throughout the rest of the night. Again, as always, be a friend, tell a friend about our streams here on JTN. When you share the streams, it does do a lot to help support us. We just crossed the 1,370 subscriber threshold. Don't know why it's a threshold, but I said it is, so it is. So just crossed over that number, got to that number at least, and can't thank you folks enough at home for being subscribers here, for tuning in. See a lot of familiar faces, as always, in chat. If you're new here and you're just scrolling by, leave a hello. We always like to do shout-outs as well, so again, as always, can't thank you folks enough at home for tuning in, for your support of us here on JTN. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast, and yeah, got Austin Spencer up here in the booth with me. I'm Joe Twansky, as always, and yeah, I don't know, Austin, yeah, we kind of had you. We had you talk about, who you are and what you do. And Zach Rogers actually laid down a faster time.
Yeah, I was about to say that, but I was letting you talk. Yeah, he did. So that says a lot.
So
Hey, what were you saying, Joe?
I was gonna say, we had you do your introductions for everyone a couple weeks ago now, but anything else you'd like to? I don't know. You're a cool dude. That's my endorsement.
Right. Are you talking about my broadcasting history?
Well, I don't know. Whatever you want to talk about. What are your qualifications? What are your qualifications to broadcast NR 2003 on JTN? For folks at home that are like, what do I have to do to be qualified to broadcast?
Well, there aren't any specific qualifications. I'm telling you, they let anybody up here do this. That's why we got Tommy Bordeaux has ever done any broadcasts. Tommy Bordeaux, I'm saying, is not qualified for this job, and I can't believe I ever got it, but that's okay. Driver to your car. But anyway, I've raced NR for I would say about 11 years, because I really haven't in about a year now consistently. So I'm very aware of this game, even though I'm not very good at it. I've never been very good at it, but I at least know kind of how it works a lot of the time. And in broadcasting terms, broadcasted for all 4 years. I was a student at my local university, broadcasted 13 or 14 different sports, over 125 games in about 3.5 years' time. I went to multiple national tournaments, did some radio broadcasts. It's mostly TV, online streaming, and we're about to get to starting command here.
Folks, that's why we're bringing him in, because that was perfect timing. See the field lined up. None of that happy hour crap, because we already did it once. Don't do it twice. Zach Rogers, though, rolling off from the pole once again. It's going to be Keith Hughes still to his outside. Big winner there. Actually, Elsa Rodrigo's still going to line up there in row number 2, with Keith Hughes actually gaining 2 spots. Because the big loser there in qualifying was the 42 of RJ Bishop. Row 2, Allison Rodrigo, Tate Dorsey, Chad Heyer, And Tom Musa, row 3. Row 4 is Jess Hanna and Jose Reyes Jr. Mike Carroll and Kyle Viana there, rounding out your top 10. Then it's the 30 of Xavier Brown and Quentin Moore in the 55. The 19 of Derek Hauser. And the 27 of Mark Snyder on the next row. I've already lost count. Jason Dady and Samuel Cruz going to line up behind them. James Sykes, Benjamin Snyder, and of course, we talked about it, RJ Bishop, big loser there in qualifying. He's going to start out towards the back of the field. Benjamin Snyder having issues here on the back straightaway. He is parked. We did get confirmation that we reset the server because the 22 didn't... wheel broke. So that seems relevant as he's parked there and has now looked to retire.
Well, that's not good.
No. And he just left the server.
Huh.
It wasn't a protest because the fans here in Indy, they love their racing Zach Rogers.
Oh, hang on. We've wrecked at the back of the field, Joe.
Oh, man.
I'm not sure what happened. Quentin Moore got a little tap from Mark Snyder, and they just piled up from there. About 4 cars, and we've restarted. Oh, we're back out. Oh, no.
I think we lost Zach Rogers, too.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, no. Server was set to 160 laps. Yeah, doing...
Oh.
I have a feeling something's wrong with the track INI.
Yeah.
Drivers, to your cars.
They should do is skip ahead to race here, see if it says 160, and then figure out what 100 divided by 160 is and get the percentage. Magoo, it's always a party, buddy. We got Brain in chat too tonight. So we got Bomb Squad guys here. We have our Mondays of Thunder people here, of course. You know, sounds like Bomb Squad's gonna have a watch party going here in a little bit for Maverick Night in America, so that's awesome. They'll be back live this Thursday after a week off last week. So we are half an hour deep into this broadcast, and
Already?
I know
Doesn't feel. It feels like we just got here.
we just started. I know.
Huh. Well, I believe we might be qualifying again. However, this time we're gonna have a new pole sitter because Zach Rogers has not come back.
He has left the building.
Yeah, he's man, that's a shame, Joe. He was, I mean, to qualify on the pole with a good lap is one thing, considering he was, besides RJ Bishop, he was 3/10 up on the rest of the field.
Mm-hmm.
Then be forced to requalify and set a faster lap.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be frustrating. But it'll be interesting to see. And also of note, I was going to mention before we had issues on that second go around, RJ Bishop fell because he didn't put down a lap time in the second qualifying. So that put him all the way at the back of the field. We'll see if he sets a lap time and could maybe get the pole. But what I'm seeing right now is Keith Hughes just laid down the fastest lap he has put down in our 3 qualifying sessions so far, entering the 49.1s. And yeah, RJ Bishop has set a time.
You seeing those times scroll across the top of your screen at home? Okay, that's right. Never retire from having fun. That's... yes. Words to live by. Crystal agrees.
It is starting to look like Keith Hughes is going to get the pole.
Dang.
Bishop and Rodrigo laid down a couple faster laps, but not fast enough to match Hughes. And unless someone has a buzzer beater here in the last 30 seconds of qualifying running out, I think that number 82 car is going to be leading us to green here on this third attempt.
Woohoo! Welcome, Tristan. In the middle of wedding planning. Ooh, interesting. And I'm sure you, of course, got a chance to go watch Fake Racers podcast this week. That's out now, available on JTN2. There's a first plug of the night.
And there it is, session complete. Keith Hughes is going to lead us to green, Joe.
Drivers, to your cars.
Straight to race. We go.
$18 cars looks to be the field now this evening. Lined up along the front straightaway.
Waiting for the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
They found a different person for the command, too.
That's right. I mean, hey, I don't know. Maybe he only paid the first guy for 2.
So Keith Hughes is going to lead us to green. Allison Rodrigo. R.J. Bishop. Tate Dorsey. Tom Musa. Jess Hanna. Chad Iyer. Jose Reyes Jr., Mike Carroll, and Kyle Viana. Your top 10. Xavier Brown and Samuel Cruz in row number 6. Row 7, Eric Hauser and Jason Dady. James Sykes, Benjamin Snyder, Quentin Moore. Round out your field.
You know, this is almost like online racing equivalent of rain delays.
You had to say that. You had to say that as they reset. You had to say that.
All right. Well, it's okay. We only restarted the race and not qualifying this time, so we can re-rack them and get the command again. Oh, it's because Mark fell out on the pacing, I believe.
Justin's going to give us the official Maverick Cup Series on JTN drinking game rules in chat for anyone that needs a refresher. See people saying embarrassing in chat. No, I'm not embarrassed. This is fun.
I'm enjoying myself.
Hey, all I'm saying is, thank you folks for tuning in. We hope we're entertaining you up here in the booth. That's our job. Have fun. There's the command.
Perfect, Joe. Tell you what, JTN is the king of segways. Our segway's got 3 wheels.
We're the king of say that's right. Just, it's weird to have so many pop-up showers here in Indy today, you know?
Really is. It's I mean, it's a Midwest thing, you know. It just kind of happens. It's kind of like Florida, where things just happen. Tell you what, these drivers got to be rearing and ready to go for this 100-lap event here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Oh, so Tristan, Ricky's not in the booth tonight, so I guess that's the only one you're gonna get.
That's the only... Oh, man. Never mind.
You gotta look at chat, yeah.
Oh, no, I saw it. No,
Okay,
I
okay.
just had to stop myself from
No, it's only when I
saying
say
something
it.
that had a double meaning. Oh, when Joe... Okay, so yeah, Ricky isn't... Yeah, I'm Ricky. I'm Ricky.
No, you're not. You're
That's true.
Austin.
That's true.
What up, Nick?
Hey. Don't look now, but we are rounding turn 4. The pace
boy.
car is about to make that hard left turn. Well, it's not that hard here. But gradual left turn onto pit road.
200,000 fans have packed the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's Maverick Night in America. Keith Hughes, last week's winner, leads us to green. And we're underway here from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Good start from RJ Bishop right down into turn 1. Bishop on the back bumper of Hughes. Rodrigo trying to stay strong on that outside line. That is tough to do here at Indy, but gonna stick alongside Hughes at least through 1. Oh, little contact. Rodrigo's gonna slide up into the wall. Keep it going straight. Oh, and they're wrecking behind. It's Mike Carroll into the wall.
And we lost the video feed.
Well, I believe that's gonna be our first caution of the night. Oh, no one's slowing down. Or... Nope, they're not slowing down. Mike Carroll just ate the outside wall. Oh, they're wrecking again. Around goes Hauser in the short shoot between 3 and 4. They're still going, Joe.
Keep taking us radio style, Austin. You got
All
this.
right. All right. I mean, they're single file basically through the whole field. Carroll, wow, that should have been a yellow. Carroll got into the back of a slowing Xavier Brown, and Viana got into the back of the 35 car, sending him hard back in first into the outside wall. And then I'm going to try and pull up what happened to the 19 car, as we have had a pass for the lead. As while I was talking about Carroll in the wall, Hughes got into the outside wall, allowing Bishop and Dorsey to pass. So your top 5 now: Bishop, Dorsey, Hughes, Musa, and Hyer.
Got the video feed restored for the folks at home. Again, apologies.
All right, I'm gonna run and take a look at what happened to the 19 on that opening lap.
I think the 55, Quentin Moore, also spun in the first corner. He has retired.
Ooh, the 19 got a little tap from the 33 of Viana again. Involved in another one, but Hauser was trying to avoid Brown coming off the wall on the exit of turn 3 and came right down into Viana. Not a lot 33 machine could do right there. And let me check out Quentin Moore. Oh yeah, Moore also took a slide into the outside wall, just missed a little bit in the opening corner. Kept it off the wall, but... Oh, spun again on the second lap as well, going into turn 1.
Oh.
Tires just shot from the first spin, got in the wall, and parked it.
This is peak television.
I think we're up to speed now.
I think so. Top 6 are all together. Guess Hannah just kind of holding on right now to the rest of the top 5, but now he gains some time. And Jess, I'm pretty sure, is short for, like, Jestifer.
All right.
So, in case you were wondering.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Or someone can correct me, of course. But how we've stayed green
Dorsey
is...
got into the wall there.
Keith Hughes and Tate Dorsey, they just love to, like, find each other out on the track, don't they?
That's right. Always happens. Now we got Musa to the inside of Dorsey, but not going to make the move. Allows the 7 to think about it, but nothing there. Dorsey keeps running a little wide in specifically turn 3. Not sure if there's an advantage or anything there, but you never know. Race car drivers will figure out just about anything they can find and try to use it as best to their advantage as possible. Six laps complete as we head down the back straightaway. RJ Bishop has been in control ever since taking the lead on the first lap from Keith Hughes after he got into the wall a little bit. You know, that 42 machine was pretty fast. He started right alongside, or excuse me, right behind Keith Hughes. And Allison Rodrigo, who started second, has slipped back to 7th after that. I believe that happened on the opening lap as well.
I think that was the last thing we caught was that 43 tank slapping the wall here in turn 2.
Oh, that's right, there was that contact. That's right. Goldfish memory. Speaking of goldfish, no, I have not tried the Old Bay goldfish yet, but I really want to. Just having a little bit of impulse control that will fail eventually. Oh, Dorsey got in the wall a little bit there. But I mean, if they taste like Old Bay, it's probably really good because Old Bay goes hard. Field coming up on the 19 machine of Derek Hauser. Gonna put him one lap down as he had issues on the first lap. He has not come down pit road, and those tires might really be feeling it.
Be right in front of the leaders here.
In front of the leaders.
Gonna be a moment of
Bishop go to the
truth.
inside.
Keith, gonna be careful here.
Oof, that's gonna really hurt Tate Dorsey as he couldn't get the best line off the corner. Jumble of cars gonna make it past Hauser. tight quarters there, racing for 5th between Rodrigo, Hanna, and High Art.
Allows the 43 to drop closer into this top battle, or draw closer, rather. Tom Mooson out of the inside to Tate Dorsey for 3rd. He'll complete that pass. There might have been some contact. Higher with some contact with the 43. Sends the 007 up towards the outside wall. They'll still be side by side for 5th.
Indianapolis never fails to bring the excitement. And I tell you what, that's all we've gotten here in the first 10 laps, if we are now 10% of the way done with this race already, Joe.
Wow.
Tonight's flying by already.
It is indeed. Tate Dorsey having to fend off Higher there in the 007. Not going to be able to do that, so that car gets on by. Rodrigo now to the outside of the 6. Allison Rodrigo had a really strong run here 1 year ago in this race, looking to make good on that finish. Gets another spot in the 43.
And Dorsey really slipping right there. Just tough lap. That's the thing about Indy is, you know, one bad corner can really lead to just the whole lap being out of whack.
Mm-hmm.
It's so momentum based. As we see Rodrigo's going to go for 4th here on Higher. Going to have trouble keeping it down there though, and momentum is going to prove in the favor of the 007 machine. While the field is condensed, at least in the top 7 here, as we see the 16 caught the wall just a little bit coming off of 3. I would like to point out that Jose Reyes Jr. might be in the worst spot known to man in racing, which is being, let's see, 9 seconds behind the next car, but 5 seconds ahead of the next car.
And side by side with a lapped car.
That's right. I mean, that is just the worst thing possible for a race car driver. Everyone calls it no man's land. I mean, you are by yourself. At least, I guess here he has a lapped car, but you know, you're by yourself. You don't. Oof,
Let Carlos make contact, so I don't know what you're talking about.
But you know, at least a few laps ago, you basically, if you can see anybody else, it's barely, and you're just out there left alone in that hot cockpit, and there's just nothing else you can do but keep driving. Oh, it's tough. It looks like there's some smoke coming off of turn 4. I'm not sure if there was an incident. Oh yeah. Oh, we had nearly a huge incident. The 33 of Caio Viana got a little help from James Sykes after a poor corner exit, and power slid right into the outside wall. Nearly helped Xavier Brown find the pit wall. That could have been really bad. Oh, we have a caution?
Might be for this incident.
It could. I mean, he kept it straight, so.
Listen, I've seen weirder. Let's get a replay of what you're talking about first here. The Xavier Brown there in the 30. 33 of Viana. 7 to Sykes gonna get back of that car. Woohoo!
I like that. Yeah, I don't see any other incident happening, Joe, so that must have been what did it.
Okay.
Not sure how the math adds up on that one, but we got cars on pit road.
Gordo wants us to talk more about cockpits.
Well,
Do you want to go on board with Keith Hughes here for pit stops?
yeah.
Here we go.
Let's jump into Keith's cockpit.
We'll mute
driver
ourselves so
cam.
you can get the full experience here on pit lane. You saw the pit stop there for Keith Hughes. Crew did a good job. You didn't see the crew, but trust us, they were there.
And I tell you what, they did some good service on that 82 car, and I would expect a big restart coming up here, both for Bishop, who had a great initial start, but also Hughes. He's got to be hungry wanting that lead back.
Indeed. Yeah,
Something has gone
Matt.
amiss on that 27 car. He found the inside wall under this caution. He hit pretty solidly. He's just going down the backstretch on his own, and I don't know if something broke, but he caught that inside wall pretty well.
a replay of it. Talked about the Benjamin Snyder racing cars maybe having issues with steering.
Yeah, might be seeing another one here. He was headed right for that opening. I was pretty scared watching the tape back. He not sure what happened, but hopefully they can get that figured out. We don't want anything happen under green, especially at a track with the speeds of Indy. As we should be looking at going back green here. Maybe this time?
We're not doubled up.
No, that's right. I was sitting here trying to remember if they do that or not.
Well, they're going to get doubled up quick, maybe.
Well.
Uh-oh, put the upcoming races graphic away. Let's see. Bishop with control for the restart.
All right.
Upcoming races presented by our friends at SchemeHaven.com. This Thursday, June the 29th, it's the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series from the Chicagoland Speedway. Coverage kicking off at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Then the Fast Renegade Cup Series on Sunday night heads to the Chicago Street Course, new to NR. Check it out, again, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday night. And then the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series heads to the Atlanta Motor Speedway next Thursday, July the 6th, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Those races and much, much more, of course, live right here only on JTN. And a big thanks to our friends at SchemeHaven.com. You can check it out. Check them out. Your new source for racing, paint schemes, and liveries. You check out the folks over at SchemeHaven, Austin?
Unfortunately, I have not. Sorry to report that. I'll have to get on that though. It's my duty.
Site's still it is your duty. Still, I believe, still processing the site, so bear with them. But gonna have some cool stuff over there, so go check them out.
Oh, I found it, and I like it. We've needed this ever since. Oh man, I can't even remember the name of that website that used to have just the most insane, off-the-wall collections of paint schemes. Rura. Robbins Racing. Man, I tell you what, that site had just, when I was younger, like, you know, early high school, late middle school age, oh man, that place was...
That was the hookup?
For the paint schemes.
Of course. Alright, RJ Bishop with control here for the restart, coming to lap 17 of 100. Green flag, we're back underway. That was an Indy restart. It went early.
It sure was. But hey... yeah, wow. But we're back underway. I'm going to see if everybody makes it through this first quarter cleanly this time, and it looks like they will.
John Tom Musa with a big moment there off of turn number 1 through the south short chute. Oh, we got one around. It's Carroll.
Carroll around. I believe he was all on his own there. Yeah, that one was on his own, as I believe the 33 pounded the wall behind him as well.
And we're under caution.
Oh.
second time tonight.
Oh. I was gonna say, yeah, Hughes caught the wall again. A little worse this time, but looked just like how he caught it on the last start, which was the opening lap. Coming off of turn 2 there, just tightened up on him. Yeah, that time it definitely hurt him even more. Anyway, one thing I will say, Joe, this is one of the toughest tracks to restart at. No restart is easy. Cold tires are never nice, but the 90-degree corners here and the lack of banking makes it extremely hard on cold tires to get through the first set of corners. Even turns 3 and 4 are hard because your tires still are not heated up all the way, except this time you're at full speed. So the combination of lower speeds than you're used to and extremely cold tires makes it really difficult to get through 1 and 2, but then still not completely heated tires, but full speed in 3 and 4. A restart here is one of the most challenging things you can do behind the wheel of a stock car. And guess what, Joe? They got to do it all over again here in about 2 laps.
You telling me that their biggest challenge is gonna happen again here in a few laps?
That's right. And guess what? I would bet with about 80 laps to go, it's not the last time they'll be facing that challenge here this evening.
A lot of cars coming to pit lane. Split decisions, though, at the front of the field. Higher going to stay out and take the lead. Nelson Rodrigo, Jess Hanna, Day Reyes Jr., Xavier Brown, Jason Day, and Derek Hauser all staying out. Oh, Tristan. I see Tristan has maybe not followed his own rules for the game.
Goodness gracious.
Hey, have you ever been to Indianapolis? Like, just to Indy?
I've driven through it a couple of times.
Okay.
I've driven right past the racetrack a couple years ago, but I've never spent any amount of time there besides in an automobile.
Okay.
And not one of the cool kinds that goes a couple 100 miles an hour. The normal ones. A Pontiac, as a matter of fact.
Oh, a Pontiac.
That's right.
You drive a Pontiac?
That's right, I do. I have all 9 years I've owned a vehicle. 8
Wow.
years, sorry. 8 years. But, yes. Nice 2005 Pontiac Grand Prix. I've put about close to 90,000 miles on it in my ownership of it.
Wow.
She has seen the Appalachian Mountains.
Mm.
She's been around, Joe, and in the good
Whoa.
way. Nope, in the good way. I'm only, what surprised me is I'm only like its 3rd owner.
Uh-huh. How many miles does it have on it?
We are just about to hit 217,000,
Wow.
and I got it right around 130. I think about 128. I think.
Wow.
Yeah, she's.
So just about 90.
Yeah, 3 road trips, and each road trip was well over 2,500 miles each round trip. So, yeah, she stays busy, and I take good care of her, and that's why she's still running.
Is it hard
But
to
anyway,
find
yeah.
parts for it when you need them?
Oh no.
No?
There's old early 2000s GM parts everywhere. They're honestly probably one of the cheaper maintenance for cars you can find still. I know nothing car wise is very cheap, but if you're gonna get a used car, get an old GM, because that's the thing is they didn't have brand specific parts as much.
Right.
So, I can have Buick stuff and it'll fit the same. It's just a GM part. So yeah, they really got the cost cutting down. That's what they're doing with Pontiac.
So you're saying I shouldn't
By
put
that time.
I shouldn't put a Hemi in a PT Cruiser.
You could do that. I mean, hey, I'm not gonna stop somebody from trying it. It'd be pretty cool, but you know, it might be a little challenging.
Rear wheel drive Hemi PT Cruiser.
That would be awesome.
Put like a big spoiler on it for no reason.
Oh yeah, and lower it.
Oh yeah.
Put some bags on it or something.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta stay down.
Big exhaust.
Oh, clap it out.
Oh yeah.
22-inch rims.
Ooh. Hi, we're gonna have control here for the restart. Alex Rodrigo to the outside. Jess Hanna there in third. Jose Reyes Jr., Xavier Brown, Jason Dady, and Derek Hauser all staying out, and Keith Hughes leads the rest of the field that came down pit lane.
Yes, and I was gonna mention what happened to RJ Bishop on that pit stop. He came down first, Joe. Did he?
He lost
lose a
one
little time?
spot. I mean,
Oh yeah, Keith Hughes beat him out.
yep.
Because they
Tristan
didn't have the
says-
pressure of us watching. Sorry.
Right. Tristan says that you're cooler than Ricky, by the way, or at least implies it.
Whoa. Wow, I'll take that. Sorry, Ricky.
Higher with control. Here we go. Green flag. We're in. We're.
Rough restart from the 16. Hauser gonna chop through the.
Oh, we got one
and we're
around.
wrecking behind Sykes. Oh, more contact. They have not slowed down. Now, okay. So there is a caution. What a restart there, Joe. That was
Yeah, that-
action all over the place.
That all started in row 3, row 2.
Row 2, I believe, with Jess Hand and the 16 machine. Yeah. Started on the inside. Did not get going. Xavier Brown was ready and waiting. I mean, you know, it's a tough situation to be behind someone who doesn't get going. It's hard to avoid contact. I tell you what, Xavier Brown didn't leave much of a gap, though.
No, he was.
You know,
He's kind of
you
tucked
do
up
need to
there.
leave a little. You do need to leave a little bit of a gap, but you know, it is a little tough on these restarts. You know, that's another thing. It is pretty hard to pass here, and that is another thing that leads restarts to be so hectic here, Joe. Is it's so hard to pass. Everybody knows you have to be. You got to gain the positions on the restart, because otherwise it's going to be really tough.
My general rule of thumb for restarts, especially at Indy, like you said, it's important, but you don't go until the car in front of you goes, right?
Well, right, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
gotta.
It's a tough situation to be in for sure. And especially like we mentioned, even though it wasn't super old tires, these guys are on not brand new stickers in the front few, and that can also affect things a little bit. And I was talking about 22-inch rims on the PT Cruiser we proposed. We're on lap 22, Joe.
Wow, that's your favorite driver.
Oh yeah, hey, check that out. I didn't even think about that.
You know, your driver really screwed things up for my driver.
You're gonna have to rewind for me. I'm trying to think about that. About what you're talking about.
I should have a Daytona 500 to celebrate, but I don't. Because your driver.
What year are we talking here, Joe? I'm sorry, I can't.
A couple times, but 21 is the one that always comes to mind because that was the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, Austin Cindric. That's
Nope.
right. No?
I was
Wait,
talking about
who
Joey
won that
Logano.
Well, who won that year?
Michael McDowell.
Oh,
Remember that was the year
that's
Brad
right.
had the hellacious run going down the back, and Joey
Yeah.
blocked it for God knows why.
Because that's the short track race. I don't know, man. Listen, my driver does questionable things sometimes, but I tell you what, he lays it all out on the line, and he's normally not afraid of it. Normally. I think that is one of the occasions he actually
Probably
defended himself, but
yeah.
instead of owning up to it. But, you know, you'll have that. Like good friend Noah Joyce always says, all good race car drivers are hypocrites.
Yeah.
And he's very right about that. They all are.
Chase Elliott,
'Cause-
man. Whew.
Oh, we.
Tristan
Look
asks, what is your favorite car brand, current or past?
Pontiac.
I was gonna say I'm
Sorry.
a big, I'm a big Chrysler guy, so, but more so Dodge. But yeah.
If we do just talk current, big Ford person, I enjoyed Ford. Really like Rivian.
Ew.
What? What does
Said
that mean?
Rivian?
Yeah.
That's gross.
They're doing it better than Tesla.
I don't like. Well, no comment.
Low bar.
I'm not a big Silicon Valley automaker guy. You know.
Right.
Being
I
from
mean,
Michigan.
here's what I'll say: the Riv are ugly. They don't look good,
No.
but they're a good vehicle. They're a quality vehicle, I should
They're
say.
good until the batteries catch on fire. You know.
Right. Listen, it's a learning process. But I tell you what. Oh, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, Tate, you don't have to dodge something that you kicked their ass 2 years in a row. So.
Whoa! That's
Whoa!
a die cast.
No, yeah, I got the Bubba Wallace one coming in tomorrow.
Look out, folks. I'm gonna start ducking. Oh my goodness.
We all get one. And Dale Jr. said it on TV before, and everyone was happy, so you're welcome, folks. Go watch Fake Racers
Here,
podcast if
rolling
you want to
on
hear me
front
swear
straightaway
more.
here.
What was that?
Looking at. Oh,
What was that?
hello?
We're back. Green flag.
Okay.
That was crazy.
What just happened?
I don't know.
Okay. Another crazy restart. Oh, we got a car on the wall. Mark Snyder. Everyone's going to be all right. RJ Bishop is going to get around Reyes Jr., who tags the wall a little bit. Now Bishop has 3 cars who he has better tires than, Rodrigo, Hanna, and Brown, to get around. Oh, Brown's a little sideways getting into turn 3 there.
Oh,
Oh, he's a little sideways off of turn 3. Bishop going to get to the inside.
will he be sideways off of turn number 4? Let's see. Kept it straight.
Who trying to fit down in front of Tom Musa? That is not going to work. Musa,
No!
oh, contact!
No. What is going on? We're under caution. Jason Davey.
Oh, we got
It's
a big
slow.
crash on the front straightaway.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Something else happened?
Oh, big time problems on the front straightaway. Samuel Cruz in that 13 car. I just hope he's all right. Oh my goodness.
Oh, he left some skid marks down there.
Oh well, he left a lot more scratches and sparks. More than anything, he took a tumble down the front straightaway, Joe. What a hit.
Viana in the 33.
Viana got a little loose in the middle of 4 and was slow. Not sure what. They were kind of just drifted into each other because Cruz was trying to avoid getting into the back of Dorsey, got into the inside wall. He tried to avoid Dorsey. And then Viana is coming down to get Dorsey's draft, and they just kind of meet. One of those awkward situations. I tell you what, that is a violent hit into that outside wall for the 13 car, and Viana also doing some sidewinders almost down the front straightaway. James Sykes had a great view of that and gets away without contact.
On board with the 7 through that incident. Hot Wheels on board.
Ooh, just misses that 33. Oh, and Joe, I didn't mention, there was a wreck in turn 4 as well.
Yeah, Jason Dady, we saw the replay.
Oh, my bad. I didn't even
No,
notice.
you're good. I didn't even mention it, so you're good. I don't want folks to think that we're talking about you know?
Right. I just hope everybody's all right. Joe, they are fixing that 13 car.
Wow. Only on Maverick
That
Night in
is
America.
unbelievable. Hey, he's rolling off a pit road as we speak. That wasn't even that long. Viana's going back onto the track. So is Dady. Crowd is roaring as Dady is getting back on track after he took a big
The Connor
hit
Daly
too.
effect here.
That's right. Except they misspelled it. It's Dady. Connor Dady and Jason Daly.
I see Bill in chat. Welcome. Trying to see if there's any new folks in chat. Don't see any, but welcome. Say hello if you haven't already, because I don't think I've seen 19 people say hello.
Hey.
No, you said hello at the top. Remember?
That's true. Hello, America. Yeah, all that.
There you are. Gotta do something. Go.
I like what Ed just said. Hell-oh.
That's Brain. That's Brain Fade from Bomb Squad.
Oh, my bad.
That's okay. No, that's okay. You wouldn't know that because you don't broadcast Bomb Squad.
That's true. I'm new here.
Nelly, Magoo. See, I knew we could get some words out of Nelly here. Nelly said hello. Hello, Nelly. Nice to see you tuning in. Hope the Bomb Squad guys, are you guys having a watch party right now? Are you enjoying the show? Yeah, Magoo, that's right. That's awesome.
There's a lot to enjoy here. Joe, I see that like number is up to 12. That's pretty solid.
That is pretty solid for us. AJ, welcome. He hit us with the hello fellas.
Hey.
Hey.
I like that. We like that.
We are almost 30% into this race.
Yeah.
Oh, Tristan asked, sorry Tristan, I missed it. What are there any diecasts you're thinking about getting right now, Austin?
Not exactly. I haven't really looked. I probably haven't bought a diecast online in 4 years. 3-4 years. I don't know. I don't want to say I grew out of it, but I did start buying different things as I've become older,
Right.
namely paying my bills. But yeah, I haven't bought much. The only diecast I've really bought in the last few years has been in my trips to Charlotte at the racetrack. It is those tents. Oh, those tents get you.
Glorious tents.
Oh my goodness, there's filled. I would be homeless right now if I bought everything I wanted that I saw at those tents, Joe. I mean, it is insane the collections that folks have. Yeah, they got some good stuff, and I tell you what, I have gained some good stuff from those tents. I'm sure, you know what? I'm sure fans here at Indy have enjoyed that same experience. We're back under green. Where's the start-finish line?
It's
There
down
we
towards
are.
turn 1.
Wow.
Actually, oh, Top Musa.
Oh no. Oh, more wrecking. Moose's upside down. He got a. Oh man, that was. You call that a hook from Jason Dady? That was some. Oof.
Did he do the old Chase Elliott?
I don't know.
Oh,
it
Mike
didn't-
Carroll's in the wall. I think we're... Are we slowing down? I don't even know.
Are-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get a replay. Orange car's Tom Musa. Well, I think Tom just cleared himself.
Well, that's what I thought, but I look at the helicopter cam, and it just looks like another situation where both drivers were, one going up, one going down, and they collide.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like happened from above. Is Dady made a little move down, and Musa was on his way up to get the arc into turn 1. As you do not want to be entering that low. If anyone has ever entered that low at Indy, you know what happens, and it's not good. So yeah, it's just another unfortunate happening. But I tell you what, nobody pitted. Huh. I mean, surprisingly, you would not guess that 04 car has been on its roof. It looks fine.
Yeah. It's a TMP Racing Series coming at you Wednesday nights starting this fall. I think they'll be live for a couple dates here on JTN. To answer the what diecast do you want to buy? I haven't gotten it yet. But the Bubba Wallace Kansas win. That one's coming in the mail tomorrow. And then I'm really excited to get the Eric Jones Southern 500 win from last year. To add it because I have all of Eric's race win diecast. So I like collecting the race wins. If I'm gonna get any newer cars, and then a lot of times if I'm getting other diecasts, they're older ones because then you're not paying as much, But the race wins sometimes like to jump a lot in value compared to the others. Another question you got asked: what's your favorite diecast? And I'm gonna put the qualifier: you have to own it.
I'm sorry. What? I missed.
What's your
everything you
favorite
said.
diecast that you own?
That I own? Oh, I'm torn between two. I have Ryan Blaney's first career win. Oh, I guess pit road was no pit.
Yeah,
now.
it's okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I have Ryan Blaney's first win when he won at Pocono.
That is a good one.
And I also have Joey's 2016 All-Star. Whenever he won the All-Star race, I have that car. I think it was 2016. Yeah, I have that. Oh, I have a really slept-on diecast. I feel like one that I don't appreciate enough. I have the 2014, I believe it's 2014, Casey Kane Hellman's car from when he won the Daytona Xfinity race in that crazy photo finish, where he just wasn't there and then he won. I have that car. It is a really, really cool car. Cool race too, because Casey Kane won. Yeah, I don't know. I like to think, obviously, because of my own personal collection, that I have a cool collection of it doesn't have a theme of any kind. I just buy stuff. Well, what's your favorite, Joe?
Favorite that I own. That's a good question. Looking at the ones I have. I don't know. Because, like, they all have stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I will go with the Eric Jones. No. That's so difficult. It shouldn't be this difficult. Brad Keselowski's 2014 Miller Lite primary car, because I remember being so happy, and that was the first time I bought myself a 124, like, ever.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's
I'll go with
how
that
I
one.
am with the Blaney Pokemon one. That's the first one I ever bought myself. So yeah, those always stand out, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Green flag.
Green flag.
That was a quickie yellow.
It really was. Hey, time flies when you're having fun. That's what we're having up here in the booth. Looks like we're gonna make it through turn 1. Incident free, no wall hits, no nothing, no contact. Everybody's fine. Keith Hughes stays away from the outside wall on this restart. Not to pick on him, but you know, good to not make that a habit. As we dive down into turn 3. First 4 are single file. Oh! Xavier Brown nearly had a moment. Well, he did have a moment, but it could have been a bigger one. But does stay off the 007. Now side by side is Brown with Reyes Jr. in that 012. We'll clear him down into turn 1 though. Fierce battle for third there. Keith Hughes, RJ Bishop. As Rodrigo and Hannah, no one able to run away yet on this run. And everybody kind of on an equal playing field now. Tires wise, that call to stay out a few cautions ago is the reason Rodrigo and Hannah got this track position. We'll see how much it proves to benefit as this run continues. They're slowing down.
Oh, slow cars. Here we play.
Oh, Mike Carroll. Oh, he found the outside wall, found Tate Dorsey, and just misses a big collision with the pit wall coming off of turn 4. And honestly, Dorsey could have had it a lot worse too. Managed to somehow keep it out of that inside wall. All around, just an incident that could have been much, much worse.
Well, folks, as we're working this caution, let's get a word with our friends from AutoSim 2. Have you ever wanted to manage your own racing team? Or what if you could go back in time to see if a particular season could have finished differently? Well, folks, have no fear, because AutoSim 2 is here. With fully customizable roster files, you can create your own world or try to recreate the past. Heck, you could even try to predict the future through AutoSim 2's Sim Mode. Don't like the passive approach? Well, then get more hands-on in owner mode, where you decide who drives your cars and what companies will sponsor them. Down on your luck? Well, then scout some new talent that will get you to the top. Already super successful? Try moving up the ladder or expanding to truly solidify your racing empire. However you want to play, AutoSim 2 has you covered and is now available for purchase through the Steam store for $9.99. Now go make your mark and build your legacy in AutoSim 2. Again, folks, AutoSim 2 is now available on Steam for $9.99. You can go check it out. Again, AutoSim 2 now available on Steam for $9.99. Go check it out. Premier text-based motorsports simulation game. It is AutoSim 2. Go check it out. Please go check it out. Please look at AutoSim 2. It's a fun game. You can simulate any year of racing that you want. Heck, if you wanted to, you can make a roster, Austin, and you can simulate the Maverick Cup Series.
That would rock. Might pick up AutoSim 2, now available on Steam very soon to simulate the Maverick Cup Series.
For how much?
$9.99.
Oh, got it.
That's it, Joe. Cheaper than Netflix.
Is it?
Yeah, Netflix is $12.99.
Wow. And you only have to pay for it once. It's not a subscription.
That's right.
You pay for it once, and the game's yours. And it's endless fun.
Speaking of, we've got some strategy calls, Joe. We've got RJ Bishop and Tom Musa who stayed out, and then we have Xavier Brown who took fuel only. One way I've heard multiple real race car drivers put it is a lot of those folks who do that early in the race, like Rodrigo and Hannah, to gain track position, they're guinea pigs. If it works out, you can see more people trying a similar strategy, and that is exactly what we see with Bishop and Musa staying on the racetrack. And maybe also an idea for Xavier Brown. He wants to get the fuel, but he doesn't take the tires for the track position, as obviously they maybe went 5 or 6 green flag laps since pitting, so they didn't need to fill the car full. So barely much time in his stall. Gains him like 4 or 5 spots. Also, Chad Heyer in the 007 leapfrogged the 82 of Keith Hughes, who did not have a slow stop. Heyer just had a really good one. Hey, a lot shaken up in these pit cycles, Joe. This is going to be an exciting restart. As you know, I say that as if none of them have been. They all have been, but this one is built up to be just the same as its predecessors.
Sorry, Austin. I got some. I think I had us muted, but I got a lot of pans on the stove right now for folks at home. We got a lot of great things happening here on JTN. Yeah.
Anticipation's got to be building for this.
We're 35%
restart.
into this race.
Hey.
See, this is the difference between you and I. You're a professional. I'm not. I cut you off. You always apologize if you cut me off.
It's okay.
Eventually, I think we're gonna get you a little unprofessional. You know.
I mean, it happens.
You know. I mean, we've been here now for an hour and a half, so.
Wow, it's been. Oh, yeah, it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Check that out. We're going green. 10 o'clock on the East Coast. Yes, that's my bad. That's most of the folks.
Brain asks, "What is the caution count so far?" I'm not sure.
It's
I'm not
5
sure.
or 6, right around there. Brown trying to make those no tires work. He's going to slide up to the wall. We've got. We thought we had an incident, but they save it. Rodrigo and Heyer make their way around Brown. Where did Keith Hughes go? I don't see Keith Hughes. Oh, he left.
Oh, we're wrecking. Live on screen. We're still wrecking. Here we go. Oh.
Oh my.
Oh my. Xavier Brown's on pit road.
Oh, big crash.
Ugh.
That 33 has just had a tough night, Joe. Oh. He has had a very tough night. I believe the 12 of Reyes Jr. has retired, and he has.
Hey, we got great viewership going on right now. Currently 23 folks tuning in. Matt, no, I don't. I actually don't have any of that type of stuff in my household right now. Gotta look at it.
Just,
Antonio!
That is funny. I like that, Antonio. But yeah, just a big stack up coming off of turn 3. That's really what kind of this racetrack produces, right? Is one person has an issue. The groove is so narrow here. You got to stay in it. It creates a big accordion effect. You see Reyes gets in the back of Hauser, and that just this track is really narrow, Joe. It really is, especially in the short shoot in the corners, and it can cause a big stack up effect like that, and the track becomes blocked very quickly.
Xavier
And now
Brown.
we see. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say this is what happens with Xavier Brown.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. He just kind of lost it and headed down pit road. He missed that big end wall, so that's what matters. But
Back live.
we do once again have some interesting pit road decisions being made. We've got Hannah, Dorsey, and Carol and Snyder all staying out. And we'll see. As Musa and Bishop stayed out last caution, we'll see where they come out on pit road. It's going to be a tight squeeze, a little contact. Higher is going to take the second position. Moose is going to lose 2 spots. Higher up 2 spots. And look at that, Joe. The 13 car of Samuel Cruz, that car was tumbling down the front straightaway, what, 15, 20 laps ago? That baby is right in the top 10.
It just
Right
shows
behind
you.
these leaders.
It shows you
I mean,
what you can do with a little bit of hard work and determination. And when you pull yourself up by your bootstraps, Austin, and you flip on your roof, and maybe that roof's a little flat right now, but hey, it's the Maverick Cup Series. It's Maverick Night in America. This is America's series. You can still go out there and get a good finish, and Samuel Cruz has proven everyone wrong here tonight. Still running inside the top 10. Still running at all, honestly.
Joe, you just got me inspired with that. My goodness, I want to get out on the racetrack and start doing laps.
That's your number.
That is my number. You're right. That's me. Well, it's not me, but that's my number. But yeah, that's right. Quitting a race is just right in your own end. And unless that car is not running, and no reason to give up. And I tell you what, that 13 car, I mean, hey, that number has been through the same thing with me, tumbling, bumbling on lap 5 or whatever it was. Yeah, that number's been through a lot is all, all I'm going to say. But shout out to Samuel Cruz for dragging it along and making it still look good as we work lap 39 of this 100 lap event here in Indianapolis. We got a question for the booth. Do we feel like Ford has been underrepresented in the truck series? Only 27 years and only over 27 years and 3 drivers championships with only 2 manufacturer championships. How do you feel about that, Joe?
F-150 is, they constantly tout it as the best-selling truck in America. They don't put a lot of effort into their truck series program from a technical standpoint, so underrepresented maybe, but it makes sense in the amount of effort that I think Ford puts into their truck program.
Yeah, and Joe, I think considering the current state of the truck series, um, their Cup and Xfinity Series talent, I mean, really just their Cup talent, proves that you don't need a truck program necessarily to still have success in the upper echelons of NASCAR. I mean, they've gotten away with bare bones lower series support for quite a few years now, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, they had DGR, right, before they rebranded and went to Toyota, and now they're with Thor Sport. And, no one makes truck motors except Ilmor.
Right.
So
There's no, nothing to do there.
yeah. Jess Hanna gonna lead us back to green. Tate Dorsey on the outside. Mike Carroll, Mark Snyder. RJ Bishop, your top 5.
Big flip in track position for some of these folks in the top 5. It's going to be interesting to see how this all shakes out in turn 1. We are going green. Slow start from row 2 there allows row 1 to really build a gap. Carroll going to be on the inside in turn 1. New tires flying around him. Got a slow car in the wall. I believe that was Snyder back in turn 1. But we make it through clean, Joe. Very good job from these guys. Dorsey putting some pressure on Hanna through turn 3 as to the inside and around goes Rodrigo looking for the 3rd position. Gotta find the wall and almost the 35 hard into the outside wall. Oh man.
Watching out for the, I don't know, time. Replay.
Just racing hard for that position. And I tell you what, Mike Carroll is another one who's just had a rough night. It seems like he has done his best to avoid all conflict, and it keeps finding him. Yeah, I mean, there's been multiple incidents that he's been in and just has nothing to do with him, but it still grabbed him. And I tell you what, I understand. We've all had nights like that. That's the unforgiving machine of auto racing.
Wanted to get a note out there. Greg Shetner not in the race tonight. See him in chat. Hope you're on the mend, Greg. Also, Steven asks, who's the tough customer of the night so far? It's got to be Samuel Cruz in the 13, right? I mean, he's running top 5 after being on his roof. Tom Musa could also make a case for that. He was on his roof. He's running 6th. Who you got, Austin? Your tough customer. Are you muted?
Sorry, Joe, I ran to the other room real quick. I heard tough customer, and I tell you what, I got to give that 13 to Samuel Cruz. I agree with Tom Musa as well. I think they might be a tie. Maybe we should reevaluate here in 20 or 30 laps as we progress through this race, but Samuel Cruz, I think he took a lot bigger of a tumble because it was at full speed, and he went head-on full speed into that concrete wall that Ryan Blaney still needs to pay for. I mean, yeah, I'm voting Samuel Cruz, Joe.
And Stern asks, wonder how many would be left if it was full damage. Probably like 5.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a whole lot, I would imagine. Pacing down the back straightaway. 42 laps complete of the scheduled 100. This race was flying by, but man, we've hit a little bumpy stretch here. And, you know, I'm confident they can get it figured out, though, and we can get to some green flag race. Maybe some green flag pit stops, because, Joe, I really enjoyed a couple weeks ago at Chicago going through all those strategies. I want to do that again. I would like to see a nice run where we can really get some strategy come into play, green flag stops, variants and strategies. Oof, that'd be awesome. Matthew, believe it or not, I think a good amount of folks have stayed out of trouble tonight.
16 has, maybe?
Yeah, 16, the 42, I believe the 007. The 82 of Keith Hughes has been clean besides his own brushing the
Internet.
wall. And that too, yeah.
Maybe Brown has retired from the race due to time constraints. Green flag, we're back underway.
See how this one goes. RJ Bishop still looking to sniff the front after pit strategy put him back a couple spots. Dorsey and Hannah stayed out a couple cautions ago and Bishop pitted. Oh, James Sykes a little sideways. He's going to hang on to it, though. Side by side for third, coming out of corner number 2. Chad Heyer is going to take over that spot. We got contact. They're going to hang on to it. Hughes into the grass. Steelman line down the back straightaway at Indy. That's what you love to see. But everyone's going to come out of that all right. Kate Dorsey's all over Jess Hanna for the lead.
Kate trying to find a way around that 16. Gets to the inside here down the front straightaway. 16 now blocks low. Why?
My goodness. Side by side for second now. Dorsey on that inside line, going to try and keep it. But Heyer's got those slightly fresher tires. They might prevail on the outside, carry the momentum down the back straightaway. The 007 clear into second place and quickly dives down to the inside of Hannah for the lead, Joe.
Heyer goes to the point in that 007 special agent to the
contact! Now Bishop's going to go for a slide.
And Sykes is around.
Sykes.
Caution. Oh, he made it like a lap and a half. It's pretty cool. Here's the contact with the 7 and the 33.
And Viana just pushed Sykes most of the way down the back straightaway and then just kind of
kept pushing.
Yeah.
I mean,
kept pushing him through the corner, and you can't really do that in these cars.
Gotta call it like you see it sometimes, right?
Yeah, that's just a situation where you gotta lay off a little bit. You know, we're not halfway yet. It's okay.
We're not halfway yet.
No, we're not. But the contact for third, I think, is what we were all talking about. That was Bishop just didn't quite enter as shallow as Dorsey anticipated, and they got together racing for third. That got Bishop out of whack, and he cannot quite hang on to it. But great job to keep that car under control, out of the racing line, out of the wall, out of harm's way. Great job by RJ Bishop there to avoid complete disaster. When we were just talking about who hasn't been involved in an incident, RJ Bishop was one of the first people, and well, cross his name off the list, folks.
Is it even a list anymore?
Call it a collection, a gathering.
A gaggle.
Man, I don't know if it's big enough to be a gaggle.
Yeah, that's not. I don't know. A gaggle's like 3 or 4.
Yeah, no, that is pretty. Yeah, that's.
A few?
Yeah, it's I mean, Hannah, Hughes, Hire, and oh, I don't think Rodrigo.
No, Rodrigo was around in the fence.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, that's right. All right, so we got 3 cars not involved in an incident out of the running 14.
If we were Fox Sports, or at least if we had the budget to be Fox Sports, because we don't want to be Fox Sports, we'd be able to show you all the cars involved in incidents because we'd be keeping track of that. But we don't have those resources, so we apologize for using our memories and words.
Memory that doesn't work very well, but hey, who needs it? Tell you what, I don't need my memory, Joe.
Oh, you don't need your memories?
No, I get along without it 99% of the time.
Hmm.
Heck, I couldn't tell you who won the Daytona 500 2 years ago. Just what, 20 minutes ago?
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Well, we're all doubled up, rolling through turn 4. Samuel Cruz is in 3rd place. I just can't get over that.
One tough customer.
Yeah, I think that is remarkable. Rolling down the front straightaway. Flagman is waving the green. Another good jump from Hannah. And a clear Dorsey into turn 1. Apparently no tire rub or anything after the wall contact.
We got one
for the
around.
6. Oh,
Big
no.
wreck.
33 car having troubles again. Tom Musa caught up as well.
You know what I think would be interesting?
What's that?
You know how F1 has like a time limit?
Yeah.
Has an NR League ever done a time limit?
I don't know. The USORL used to have endurance races with driver switches and everything.
But I mean like what F1 does where like there's a 2-hour, it's either the laps or the 2 hours, whichever comes first.
Right. Gotcha.
Might be interesting.
I don't know.
In this scenario.
Yeah, no, I don't know. But yeah, this could be a long one. We've been here for an hour and 20 minutes, and we are 46 laps down, 54 to go.
And then, like, you never know when the race is going to end. You never know when the white flag's going to be. It's like you're coming down to the time limit.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like darkness rolling in, you know? Could we see that today? Smoke's been rolling in all day.
I was going to say, my eyes are all kinds of screwed up, you know?
Yeah,
The
I
smoke?
understand that. It can't be making it easier on these drivers.
No, they probably can't see out there, honestly. Like, our cameras do such a good job of making it, like, easy to see, but...
Mm-hmm. Clearly.
Exactly, clearly. Clears up all the smoke.
Yeah. I mean,
I
really liked my idea from earlier where the fans are here, but also the fans are here to blow the smoke away.
a lot of fans at the track tonight risking, you know, their lives, really.
I mean, but that's what it's all about, you know? It's America's night, a week away from America's day, and I tell you what, these guys are putting everything out there. Leaving it all on the Trizac.
Trizak?
That's right.
What was that like? Was that slang for like tire?
No, the track.
Oh. Duh.
You just add the little is in the middle.
You know?
It's like what do you call it? Bedazzling, but it's a word.
It's like bedazzling, but a word.
That's right. You know,
Makes it sparkle.
you put some jewels on, you know, your pants or something. Putting jewels in words.
Yeah.
Art with letters.
Art with letters.
That's right. And I tell you what, art with letters, that's the Maverick Cup Series. Except we also use cars. And coming to 48 laps completed. When we get to the line, we're also coming to the green flag.
As Hannah gets away in the 16. Tate Dorsey does a good job. Will be able to pull in front of the 13 of Samuel Cruz if he elects to.
Oh, contact in the back. Around goes Dady and Viana. Look out! Oh, little kiss. And Viana goes for the...
Caution again.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
It all started with the 51 car getting a less than ideal start in the 4th position. Rodrigo with some nice pushing, respectful pushing down the front straightaway. And Dady just kind of moved down into Keith Hughes as the 33 flew up on the outside. And Dady gets into Hughes. Hughes kept a hold of it, but that bounced Dady up into the quick 33 car, and both of them slide into the outside wall. And Mark Snyder just a little love tap to Caio Viana.
Ciao. What does ciao mean? That bye?
Ciao is goodbye, yes.
That's how I always said Caio's name like that, and then got to talk with him, and he's like, that's not how you say my name. And I'm like, ah. And you got it first try, you know?
Yeah, well, like I said, or I think I mentioned it. Retirement. Jason Dady is out of the race. Unfortunate home pit stop here in Indy for Dady. But like I was mentioning earlier, a lot of, like I mentioned, broadcasting career with my university, a lot of teams, specifically men's volleyball, as it's still developing, go to international prospects. And I tell you what, I have seen all sorts of names from all over the world, and it has helped me a lot to be able to look at a name and just kind of figure it out. Especially a lot of South American and a lot of Balkan names I've had to figure out how to pronounce. Or ask the team's coach how to pronounce. In this case, I don't quite have that luxury, but I like to think I'm okay at it.
Hey, guess what?
What's that?
We're halfway.
Not quite. Hey, they gotta cross the line.
They do.
You don't know. Anything can happen here.
It says race is official at halfway.
All right. So what is? Could it rain?
If it rains, but there's no rain in the forecast, so.
Oh. All right. Well, we're rolling off at turn 4. I believe we're ready for the green once again to take halfway as well, just like you mentioned, Joe. Nearing the 2-hour mark in the race weekend. Jess Hanna leading them down again, and we are green here in Indy.
Jess Hanna with a good jump there, gets clear of Cruz. Mike Carroll going to look to the inside for second. At 35, though, he has to back off a little bit more. Entry of the corner with that spoiler and the rear end damage on that car. It allows RJ Bishop to fly around on the outside. Bishop up to third.
Bishop going to look to the inside of Cruz now. Down the back straightaway. Looking for that second spot, looking to start running down Jess Hanna. Going to be side by side going into turn 3. This can be treacherous on cold tires. Cruz gives plenty of room though. Good respectful racing. And Bishop will take the spot. Now Cruz going to try and hang on to third. Holds his line a lot stronger, more sturdy against Chad Heyer, but that 007 still going to get to the inside off of turn 4. And receive a nice push from Allison Rodrigo down the front straightaway.
Rodrigo with a good push to the back of the 007, then backs off into turn 1. A good heads-up move from the driver of the 43, but Cruz gets way high through the first corner, and loses the spot to the 43. Now Keith Hughes will look to try to chase down the 13 as see Tom Musa going by Mike Carroll for a spot.
Gonna snake down the back straightaway as Jess Hanna leads him down to that white line right before the grass. Bishop follows. Trying to get that toe all the way down the back straightaway. Hanna's going to get in the wall. That's going to hurt the momentum of the 16. We'll see what kind of run Bishop has coming up off of turn 4.
RJ Bishop not falling for the snake draft down the front straightaway. Stays in line. Now blinks across it.
And the whole top 3 just caught up to each other right there. I mean, Heyer from out of nowhere, he ran 4 tenths faster than second place, 6 tenths faster than our leader, Jess Hanna. So this battle is heating up, Joe.
Keith Hughes further on back, trying to go by the 13 of Samuel Cruz as Jess Hanna fends off an attack from RJ Bishop, who now has Heyer in the 007 to the inside. The 42's loose.
Oh my goodness. And Heyer overdrove the corner just a little bit, trying to get past Bishop. Gonna hold the spot though. Great job keeping it off the wall. Heyer is gonna be looking for the lead here this lap coming, Joe.
Keith Hughes got around Tom Musa. You saw that battle developing for a moment. Well, Hughes has taken the spot. I believe that puts the 82 back up into the 5th position. He'll have a little ways to go to try to catch this top 4 as they're racing hard for the lead.
That's right. As it looks like Rodrigo is going to take 3rd from Bishop. He looks like he might have, I don't know, maybe overheated his tires trying to chase down that 16 car. It's going to be a long road for Hughes as he's not really going to have drafting help. He's a little bit too far back. We'll see if maybe him and Musa can link up and catch these top 4 as they keep racing each other super hard, using up their tires. Maybe Hughes and Musa can just kind of cruise at 90-95% while these guys use up their stuff and catch them here in a few more laps as the green flag laps fly by.
Or just Hanna, too, has elected to stay out for a few cautions there, while a lot of these other drivers have been constantly pitting, so a little bit of a fuel difference there with the 16 and some of the competitors behind. Also, nose out in the air, Austin, that means that 16 is going to use a little bit more fuel here compared to those cars following behind him. But if you're just Hanna right now, you don't care because, you're not in the chaos that is the rest of this field.
That's right. Hanna has been incident-free so far. Looking to keep it that way. And Joe, I did check down with Pit Road not too long ago. They think the most they're going to get out of these cars is 19 to 22 laps. Very tight fuel window here in Indianapolis with the big racetrack and long straightaways. 19 to 22 laps is the fuel window. They don't think they can get any more out of their tank than that. So we'll have to keep that in mind as we restarted with... was this the restart? We restarted halfway?
Yes, it was. And Chad Heyer has made it to the outside of Jess Hanna for the spot. Takes the lead. Allison Rodrigo now trying to make the outside work. And what looked like an accident from the 007 turned into a gift as he takes the lead here once again.
Side by side for 3rd. Hanna and Bishop pretty close. Rodrigo into 2nd. and going to be looking to track that 007 machine right back down. And this might help out Keith Hughes. If he can get some draft off of that 16 car, he is going to fly up on the rest of these folks. I mean, I'm sure he's got to be hungry. He won last week. He's shown the speed to do it again, putting that 82 car on pole, albeit the third attempt. But shows the 82, the driver behind the 82 can pick up on some new stuff and improve. And I'm sure chopping through this field has taught him that. Rodrigo all over the back bumper of this 007. Gonna have a big run going into this first turn. Lap car Mark Snyder looming ahead. Lap traffic always super hard to navigate here at Indy. If you don't catch them in the middle of the straightaway, it can really, really hurt your corner. So we'll have to see where they catch Mark Snyder here.
And the corner's just so tight, right? You're looking at 90-degree corners, just a little more spread out. Wide sweeping corners compared to what you'd see on an oval. So you really have to, you have an apex and you have two exits instead of one that you'd normally have. As you see, Hire gets to the inside of the 27. Rodrigo also going to be to the inside. Bishop going to be able to clear that 27 on exit. So no issues there for the top three.
Oh, contact. Hannah's in the wall. Gonna keep it straight, but just as we were talking about, Snyder got caught in the middle of the corner by Hannah and was just... It's a tough spot to be in for a lapped car. As we have a pass for the lead, Rodrigo going to take it from Higher going into turn one.
Slides up in front of that 007. Elson Rodrigo to the point. I believe for the first time here tonight, at least under green.
But man, that's a tough break for Hannah. Going to damage that race car. Keith Hughes going to be on the outside looking for fourth.
He's going to be able to take that spot with relative ease. That 16 now hurting a little bit with the damage on the right side. Here comes Tom Musa looking for the fifth spot.
Yeah, it definitely didn't help out that 16 car. Smacking the wall like that.
Just coming
and
down
yeah,
pit
going to
lane.
bring it on down pit road.
It's such a good job of staying out of trouble, and then we had to open our big mouths.
Yeah. I'm going to put that one on us as well. Seems like it's common occurrence. Top three have broken away now with losing Hannah, and they all seem fairly comfortable. Keith Hughes not making up any ground, though, and I'm sure that does not help as the front three have calmed down. He doesn't have any drafting help. It's hard to make up time here at Indy if you don't have that toe down the front straightaway and back straightaway.
You remember that, I forget what year it is. I think it was 2018 when the Xfinity Series ran that really big spoiler here on the oval
man.
to try to... Got rain delayed, too, to Monday or something.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Higher looking to the
Higher-
outside. Higher
Thought
went
about it.
higher.
That's one of the toughest moves you can try to make. It is really hard to pull that off unless you have a gigantic run. And as you see, they're unable to do so. But yeah, Joe, I do remember that. Those were comically large spoilers.
Yes.
There's no reason for that.
Big
You
arrow ducks.
Gotta give them props for trying, I suppose.
It worked in the All-Star race that year, I think, right? I think that was the year they did. Well, it worked, except Kevin Harvick was just better than everyone.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It looks like we're under
Everything was great.
caution.
Oh, yeah, it does. Oh, we got smoke in turn one. We got Mike Carroll on pit road.
That was our longest run of the night.
Oh, Mark Snyder.
Just
Oh, is that? Oh, no.
hasn't been Mark Snyder's night.
No. Man.
That was
Yeah, just-
brutal.
I mean, I don't know how else to put it. Viana just hit him.
He just ran him over.
Joe, I'm changing my tough customer of the race.
Oh, yeah?
I'm giving it to that 33 car.
I don't think you can give it to the car that just caused the caution.
Well, I'm going to call it because There's only one or two incidents I can think of that the 33 has not been involved in, and still out there giving it his best, keeping it out there, keeping it real. No Kurt Montgomery.
I miss
And
Kurt.
I do too. Also, for anyone watching, when I was talking earlier about whatever I was talking about earlier and was making fun of Tommy Bordeaux, that was all jokes. We love Tommy.
Is Tommy out there watching now?
I'm not sure,
Okay.
but what I do know is I specifically said that I don't like Tommy Bordeaux, and we were talking about qualifications, and I said, you know who isn't qualified is Tommy Bordeaux. He's not qualified, and yeah, all jokes. We love Tommy here.
We do love Tom. Tommy's in our intro still, despite not broadcasting in like a year.
I mean, hey, he must be qualified then.
I mean, because Bristol's in the intro, you know, Bristol kind of carries the scene.
That's true.
We miss Tommy's World.
Tommy's World was fantastic. That's one of the best ideas Tommy has ever had.
I would go as far to say it was his best idea.
I mean, Joe, I can remember, I'm not sure if you were there or not, but I remember that night we were in the USORL voice chat, and Tommy was telling us all the things he could do if he just bought a green screen. And that is the idea that convinced him to just buy a green screen, if I remember right. And, I mean, look what happens when you just buy stuff, you know? You get good results.
Need to buy a green screen.
Oh, we might have a swap for the lead. Matter of fact, Keith Hughes. What a stop from that 82 team. Rodrigo going to drop 2 spots. Bishop will lose 1 as well. Pit road has been just as eventful as the rest of the racetrack tonight.
That's not fair.
What's not fair?
Because we've been down pit road so many times.
Oh, that's...
Yeah. Chad Hire, your leader.
Now, what's,
I don't know what Mike Carroll's doing.
Carroll and Snyder stayed out.
Oh boy.
Oh, Viana has retired the 33 car out of the race. Well, I'm going to give the tough customer back to the number 13 car because he's still in the race. It's hard to... Not that tough of a customer if you're out, so... Sorry to...
Gotta make it to the end to be eligible.
Yeah, we gotta see that 13 car is still chugging, excuse me.
Okay, so we got a question from Steven. Is Islay Hill located in San Luis Obispo? I don't know. That was off.
San Luis Obispo.
San Luis Obispo, California. I know how to pronounce that word. A hill or a mountain?
Well, it's called a hill.
Yeah, I'd probably call it a hill if it's called a hill.
According to Google, it's a geographical feature.
So Google doesn't even know.
It's just a geographical feature. We don't discriminate around here.
Ooh,
There's more than 2 geographical features.
that's crazy. Got hills, mountains.
I need to see a good
valleys.
I would say that's a mountain. Yeah, okay. No, we have conflicting sources now. This is called Islay Hill. The Google page for it calls it a geographical feature, but the Google Maps page calls it a mountain peak. What are we doing here?
Hi, Darren.
I'm willing to say it's a mountain. I'm locking my answer.
I'm gonna
That
say
looks
it's
like
a
a
hill
mountain.
because it's called a hill.
I don't know. They call it a mountain peak. Man, I tell you what.
Steven, whose side am I on? And don't say the right or wrong one.
That's
It's
a mountain.
It's a hill.
No, we're disagreeing
You're
here,
literally
bud.
making a mountain out of a molehill. Higher with control for the restart. Coming to lap 65 of 100. Green flag. Back underway.
Keith Hughes, I'm sure he's excited to be seeing nothing out in front of him, but he will be seeing the 007 car out in front of him for at least right now. He's made his way all the way back up to the front after having a little disconnection earlier. Also, Tate Dorsey gained some spots on pit road. Top 4 single file, top 5, excuse me, single file down the back straightaway. Rodrigo all over the back bumper of Keith Hughes in that 82 machine. Help from Tate Dorsey. Now Dorsey going to go back up behind Hughes.
Tate shouldn't push the 82. He doesn't like him.
Nah, this is big brain from Tate right here. It's going to keep him side by side through turn 1. And you know what? He's going to set up and try and get both of them. But Rodrigo, good control through 1 and 2, is going to maintain second. I saw the vision there from Tate, though. Not pushing Rodrigo all the way past Hughes.
Uh-huh.
I like that. Now Dorsey, not quite able to get a look underneath Hughes. As Bishop moved into 6th, passing Samuel Cruz. He closes in on the rest of the top 5. We've got a battle here, Joe.
Musa, a new player here at the front.
Yeah, Musa's been doing good ever since he was involved in that wreck on that restart 30 or so laps ago.
Allison Rodrigo looking to the inside of Higher
Ooh.
for the lead.
Side by side, they're going to keep it that way through turn 2. Higher might have the momentum down the backstretch. Depends on who Keith Hughes goes with. Higher does clear, and Hughes stays right in line. Good defense there from Higher. Rodrigo, another good run. Might take another look at it here going into turn 1. Not going to,
No.
though.
Hey, you know what Alice Rodrigo did right there? Laughed at
What's
you
that?
and said no.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Have I ever said correct information at the booth, guys?
A couple
Oh,
times. Now to
but
the outside here
Rodrigo-
down the back straightaway.
Yeah.
You notice there's a bump on the back straightaway?
Yeah.
Okay. That's silly.
Oh, I'm used to it. Don't know why it's there, but Rodrigo's gonna clear. Ooh, clear for the lead, yeah. And Dorsey to the inside for 3rd. Can't make it happen.
The top
new
6
leader.
still all together. New leader Allison Rodrigo in the 43. Higher now trying to make the outside work here through the short chute. I don't think it's going to
Overcooked
work.
that corner just a little bit. That's going to let Hughes to the inside as Higher caught the wall just a little bit. And the unfortunate part of Indy is if you mess up the first corner, you're definitely going to mess up the second corner. That's what just happened to Chad Higher. But Dorsey, given the shove, RJ Bishop going to move into 5th. Hughes and Dorsey stay side by side. Dorsey will come away victorious with 3rd. Yeah, you mess up the first corner, you're going to mess up that second one, and it can really snowball. But once again, Higher, good control, able to keep himself in 2nd place and look to track that 43 car back down.
Nate now going to look for second to the inside of Higher. Trying it once again, not able to do anything. Sometimes you just got to keep looking.
Yeah, you gotta put that in the head of the other driver, the driver that you're trying to pass. You know, just keep them thinking, keep them guessing on what you're gonna do. Especially at a track like this, it's so hard to pass. If you can make someone make a mistake, oh, Dorsey throwing it through turn 4, that was sick. But yeah, keeping the other drivers on their toes, guessing about what you're up to, can prove successful sometimes. Dorsey gonna look for the crossover. Gets to the inside of Higher. Will he be able to complete it though? Higher going a little high through turn 2. Close quarters. Hughes is gonna give a little help to Higher. Bishop is right behind Dorsey, but Higher stays clear. Oh, Bishop. He thought about that move.
At least crossed his mind there for a second. You saw that Kroger Chevrolet shade to the inside of the 6. Now gets to the outside, looking for the 4th spot as Keith Hughes moves back through for 3rd, and Tate Dorsey going to lose 2 spots in 1 lap. Tom Musa going to get right on the bumper of the 6.
That's just a smart race car driver there, Joe. That's known that there is still 29 laps to go.
That's a long time here at Indy.
It's just not worth it. I mean, these guys have to pit again. You know, if we stay green, we're not going to end on this pit cycle. So it's keeping your car under you is all. Field is strung out just a little bit after all that battling. I'm sure folks have pretty warm tires and starting to wear a decent amount as they're going to come up on the lap car. Mark Snyder. Oh, he's going to be on the inside. Oh, going to get to the outside. Okay. But that's going to hurt the exit, the corner exit for Hughes and Bishop. They might lose a little bit of time off of that. Top 3 starting to condense just a little bit more as we work lap 74. Joe, we restarted at an interesting time.
We restarted where we only needed 1 more pit stop.
Right.
And it kind of gives you a little wiggle room of where you want to make that pit stop.
That's right. That's exactly what I was saying. And depending on... Oh! My goodness.
Keep having those important thoughts, because every time you have them, something crazy happens out on the racetrack.
That's right. As Bishop is going to look for 3rd. Hughes might... No, he's not going to just give it to him. Oh, that got close. Bishop had to check up. Dorsey came up flying onto his back bumper. Wow. Yeah, Dorsey all over the back bumper. Bishop for 4th. And going to let Bishop go just a little bit there on entry. Yeah, like we were saying, you know, where do you want to pit? You have to pit, obviously, to where you can still make it on fuel. However, where do you want to be in the tire situation? Do you want to go long? Is there not enough wear to justify a strong short pit? And you can just stay until your fuel's out. It'll be really interesting to see. We've seen varying tire wear. It hasn't seemed to have affected Rodrigo. We've only seen about a 5/6 drop off through. We're just about through 10 laps, so almost halfway through a run now. So I guess we'll see if it maybe compounds and we get up to maybe a second and a half, where then it could be viable if you're that far off the pace through 20 laps or so. It'll be a very interesting situation, and I bet you it is a lot of busy pens and pencils on top of the box for the crew chiefs and the rest of the strategists for these guys, at least up front.
Top 5 still together. They're within earshot of each other.
And
Rodrigo.
Tom Moose's car has just not been hooked up in this longer run.
Oh, no.
Oh, I look away for 1 second, Joe, and Derek Hauser contact with Rodrigo, gets into Chad Heyer. Now, this is where it gets interesting, Joe. I was just about to say if we get a caution now, that puts these guys right on the edge of if they save, they can make it. These teams thought they could get 22 laps out of it. Well, we should restart with 20 or 21 to go, Joe.
Here's a replay of the incident. You're doing so good.
Yeah. That's tough. I don't know how else to put it. Those incidents happen, and it's not fun for either side of the ball, but I bet Chad Heyer is probably kind of hot behind the wheel of that 007 car.
Yeah.
And Derek Hauser is going to gain a little bit more damage to that 19 car, and will feel some animosity towards himself, probably, from Heyer, I'm sure.
I don't know. 19, I mean, I didn't feel like he held his line.
I mean, it's just
40.
tough, and I don't know. It's tough for everyone involved.
Okay.
Just because that responsibility is. I think it's kind of an unwritten rule where the responsibility is put solely on the lapped car, right? To do their best at getting out of the way. And we've mentioned it, I think, multiple times tonight, Joe. This is one of the tracks where it's the hardest to get out of the way. It is very hard to stay out of the way as a lapped car here, especially in those corners. And I mean, they caught Hauser right on corner exit. He was up pretty high, but I tell you what, you need every inch of this racetrack. It's so narrow, and the racing groove is so narrow, and it's just tough. Well, Keith Hughes had a slow stop. Tom Musa has a fantastic stop. Musa up to third. Hughes will drop 2 spots back to fourth, put RJ Bishop in second, and look at Jess Hanna back in the top 5.
Big loser on pit lane is Tate Dorsey.
Yeah. Tough. Must have been fixing some damage or something along those lines for Dorsey as he drops way back. I believe he's going to be 8th.
Oof. Run inside the top 3 for part of that stint.
Yeah, so these folks fuel their cars with 22 laps to go, and that is what the crew chiefs on top of the box told me in pre-race is what they thought they could get out of it. The
Maximum.
the number that everyone was confident in was 19 to 20. They think 19, 20 laps is easy. And you know, you would think, well, saving 2 laps can't be that bad, right? That is 5 miles worth of fuel. And think about how much you're full throttled. You have very few opportunities to save fuel. Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Clutch pedal's about to be your friend, you know?
That's right. Yeah, it is. And you know, that's the thing. The unique corners, they aren't the wide arcing, you know, drifters that have banking to carry your speed. They're flat, they're sharp. Yeah, this is gonna get exciting, Joe. 21 laps to go. Granted, we're all talking if it goes green. If we get another yellow, all that's out the window. These guys are gonna be fine.
Alex Rodrigo with control. Green flag. We're back underway here from Indianapolis.
That is the best restart we've seen from the outside all day, Joe. Bishop right alongside the 43 car going through turn 1. Oh, no! Samuel Cruz blew up! The tough customer of the race. Oh.
They're still side by side for the lead. Maybe some contact heading down into turn 3. Allison Rodrigo really loose there on the bottom, but maintains the point. RJ Bishop has to slot into second. Tom Musa getting loose on entry to 4. He'll lose some ground to the 42. We come off of turn number 4.
Sorry, Joe. I was about 2 seconds away from tears right there. So, that is heartbreaking.
Oh, Jess Hanna.
Oh, no.
He gets it rolling.
Got loose trying to stay off the T2s. Going through the corner there, and we are under caution.
Hi.
Are we? Hey. Oh, Rodrigo slowed down.
I think Allison Rodrigo thought we were, but Tom Musa said no, we're not.
Musa takes the lead. Oh my goodness, Joe. This is... Oh. Yeah, no, that's... There they go. Huh.
We're racing. Couple cars clutching there. You saw Keith Hughes hard on the fuel save.
You know, that's one of the toughest decisions as a driver and kind of as a team. Mostly as a driver, though, is do you want to, you know, how hard do you push it? Because you're still racing these guys for position. You're all in the same situation where you got to save some gas, but you're racing each other.
Mm-hmm.
It is just such a hard internal mental battle to save and push and... Oh, it is. Right back to where we were in Chicago. I can't wait as Allison Rodrigo is going to retake the lead here. Bishop quick up on Musa looking for second right back. Bishop caught the wall a little bit there on the back straightaway.
Higher looks to the inside. That number 7 car.
Good recovery for the 007. Matter of fact, he's going to get second away from Musa as well.
The Chad Higher back up into the podium solidly. RJ Bishop goes by for third. Tom Musa now falling to the back of this lead pack. This is kind of what we've seen from this 04. He's got enough speed on the front end of the run, Austin, but not enough here once we get about 5 laps in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. Looks like he almost drops a cylinder on the 5th lap of the runner, so it is crazy how the speed comes out of that car, and I almost wonder in the back of my mind if he did it on purpose to just get drafted and save fuel maybe to make it to the end. You never know, but this did happen last run, so Maybe a combination. Maybe he knows it's about to fall off, so he's like, oh, I'll just get out of the way and save fuel now. Dorsey in the wall, but he's fine. They are coming up. Oh, never mind. I am blind.
16 laps to go.
I thought they were about to meet Mark Snyder again, but he's still...
He's still got, like, the long straightaway.
It's got to be a good feeling for Chad Heyer as he has re-entered the discussion for the first to cross the line below that checkered flag here at the Brickyard.
And still trying to use that outside line, too, to make a pass. It's been committed to it.
He has, and it's kind of been working for him. Maybe not perfectly, but I think it's kept his momentum up more to where you would like it, I suppose. Ooh, nearly had his nose up to the outside of Rodrigo. Just keeps it out of there, though. Bishop has closed back in. And you know, it doesn't really look like these guys are saving a whole ton of fuel.
Yeah, Austin, I think they're gonna have a hard time making it to the end of this race, no matter what. And this top four, maybe they're gonna save just to see, but Tate Dorsey, Tom Musa, they are heavy fuel save. They're gonna have a chance, I think, as Mark Snyder almost drove right in front of the leaders.
Good heads up move to get up. That was certainly close, and yeah, I think we are starting to see that split maybe where these guys are like, we're probably not going to make it. Dorsey and Musa are like, we can. You put your back into it.
Update on the 13, they money shifted.
Oh.
That was what went wrong with the drivetrain system on the 13.
Tough break for the tough customer of the race, Daniel Cruz. Keith Hughes has sort of stayed at the back of this pack while these four figure it out. Now, Hughes did hit the clutch going into 3, and so did Rodrigo. Heyer and Bishop did not. But the thing is here, right? If Rodrigo is doing it, and those guys aren't, even though they aren't, they're still behind Rodrigo.
Right. I mean,
they're still going just as slow, sorry.
No, I interrupted you there, Austin. You have nothing to be sorry for. But to your point, too, like the 43's out there in front, right? And he's got to break the wind for everybody. He's got to use more fuel. Can't sit in the draft like the 7 and the 42. So, I mean, 82 is probably in the best scenario, saving fuel actively, and also in the draft, as this 43 starts to pull away from the 7 of Heyer. I think maybe the message finally got relayed to that 007.
Yeah, that's really what you gotta be interested in, right? You know, this is such a long time. We do talk about these laps being long, and what that does mean is there's more time to save fuel. You know, I mean, this is the exact length of one fuel run. So they have the whole 22 laps to think about it and execute it. But also, on the flip side, like I mentioned earlier, You don't have that much opportunity. You can only save going into 1 and 3. You really can't save without losing a bunch of time going into 2 and 4 because of those short shoots. You'll just end up losing too much time, at least if you want to win. At least so we think. 10 laps to go here, Joe.
Remember, folks,
We're getting down to it.
You can sponsor our 10 to go segment by you can contact us by email, JoeTowNetwork@gmail.com, or also you can contact us on Facebook if you want to sponsor our 10 to go segment. And either on Facebook and facebook.com/JoeTowNetwork, I believe would probably work. And or we got linked in the video description below. You can also email us again, JoeTowNetwork@gmail.com.
We really are coming down to it, and once again, just looking at the pace, these guys are not falling off that much. They really haven't been racing each other, so I want to think that they've been saving some, but I don't know, you gotta wonder.
Are you thinking about it? You're wondering?
I am. Once again, I listened in. Hughes and Rodrigo on the clutch going into 1. Hire and Bishop not. But oddly enough, Hughes gets around Bishop.
I think RJ's maybe realizing gonna have to save some fuel here pretty aggressively in these last 10 laps. 9 laps now, coming to 8.
Oh, Hughes got the wall just a little bit.
It's okay.
Interesting from Hughes. I don't know. I wouldn't want to pass anybody. Maybe the car behind him and car in front of him could be beneficial. I'm not sure.
I think at this point, though, 10 laps to go, if you can pass someone, you need to. Keep doing what you're doing, but if you can pass them, just take the spot. Because now you're getting to the point where these guys, if they are going to try to save fuel to the end, they're going to have to start getting really aggressive, and they're just going to woe you up unneededly.
That's true, and Bishop has stayed stuck right to the back bumper of this 82 car.
And when you say stuck, he is there stuck. He is all over that back bumper.
Yeah. He is getting a sniff of that exhaust. Hughes goes a little wide.
Probably doesn't smell good, does it?
I don't know. Some folks say it does smell good. I'm not in that group, but...
Also, the exhaust comes out the side of the car. So...
That's true, but hey.
Decals, you know?
That's right. They're real. They're real to me.
Race 13 of the Maverick Cup Series.
How many races we got left in the season, Joe?
I'm honestly not sure. I think 10 or 11. I think it's 24 race season.
So that means we're starting to think about championship stuff. We're getting there.
We are. And that's where Keith Hughes is kind of... I mean, he's been here for most of the race. I think he's missed one, if not 2. And he's kind of been that guy that's up front every time he's out there on track.
Last week's winner.
Multi-time winner this year. Right now sits in 3rd, and we think he's going to have a good shot here with how much fuel he's been able to save if the 43 and 007 cannot make it.
This is going to be just like Chicagoland, where the excitement of being up in the booth is we have no idea what's going on. These guys might all be good. Who knows? You know,
they don't tell us.
Maybe those crew chiefs in the beginning, when I was down there pre-race, maybe they didn't tell me on purpose, because no one wants to give away a secret like that. Maybe these guys have found a little something as Mark Snyder gets in the wall, gonna give these guys a little surprise, make sure they're paying attention, but they all get around safely.
They were paying attention.
And with 5 laps to go at one of the most historic racetracks in the entire world, I bet they got white knuckles up on those steering wheels.
You got to.
You have to.
Sorry, I used the wrong word.
I
know.
I was just
agreeing. I get it.
Sorry. Sorry, Joe. Hey, we got side by side.
Whoa,
Oh,
Keith!
what just happened there?
I think he
Did he
popped
lock
the
up
clutch
the
in.
brakes?
No, I think he popped the clutch in. They got loose on him.
Oh my goodness.
Now he gets to the inside.
If anything, it'll keep you on your toes.
No kidding.
That'll do it. This is what Rodrigo wants to see. Space behind that 43 car as these two are side by side no longer. Oh, maybe they will be. Ooh. And these guys are going to catch the 35 of Mike Carroll. Going to have to navigate at least one more lapped car. Hughes going to sneak in behind that 007. Bishop thinking about third place now. Bishop gonna make... Not quite.
They got a little close there off the corner, a little too close for comfort.
They did. Bishop sneaks back in behind Hughes now, and the pace has really slowed down big time. 4/10 off for Rodrigo, running 54.84. And these guys, 55.9, 56.9, 56.9. Pace has really come down. I don't know if these guys have figured out that they got a lot to save yet or what, but it's getting hairy. Rodrigo has opened up nearly a second gap.
Able to pass that 35 too down the back straightaway, while the rest of these leaders, they're gonna have to go by him through the short chute, if not turn 4.
Yeah. Oh, Hughes, solid contact there. Carroll, good job getting out of the way, but will it hinder the corner exit of any of these guys? Minor, very minor. Great job by Carroll, keeping it out of the way, doing the best to his ability.
2 to go.
Speaking of 2, AutoSim 2 now available on Steam, $9.99. The AutoSim 2 to go.
Should we make that a thing?
Sure, I don't know. I just thought of it.
Folks, he's already the second best person up here in the booth.
Oh, wow. That's bold. This is only my second time.
Well, you're classically trained, you know?
That's true.
Elsa Rodrigo coming up through the short chute, coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go this time at the line.
About to be Judgment Day, Joe. Do these guys have 2.5 miles worth of fuel left in the tank? One more circuit. Will it be enough for Rodrigo? Side by side for second. Hughes to the inside. He might get it this time on higher, and he will.
Higher going to look for the crossover here through the south chute. Not able to do it in that 007. He is losing speed.
Mm-hmm.
I think might be starting to sputter. See, Bishop goes on by.
Oh, it's out.
He's out.
Higher is out. Full throttle down the back for Rodrigo. Hughes. Bishop still on the clutch. Hughes is closing.
I think the 43 sputtering. Nelson Rodrigo running on fumes here. Here comes Keith Hughes to the inside. Drag race down to the line. Keith Hughes pulls off a stunner and will win in Indianapolis.
Oh.
RJ Bishop comes home in second. And Allison Rodrigo, the disappointment of a podium finish here, finishes third. That car sputters off of turn number 4. That was a long wait tonight, Austin, but I think it might have been worth it.
Oh, and there was a wreck on the final lap in turn 3. Mike Carroll pounded the 007 of Chad Hire, and he won't even finish.
Oh my goodness. Keith Hughes out of fuel here, maybe? Here's what happens with the 007. You talked about it. I think Mike Carroll's just trying to help him get around the rest of the track, honestly.
Well, he went around, just not the rest of the track.
Maybe he wasn't trying to help him.
Man, that's painful for Hire. as well as Rodrigo. That's got to be the worst third place finish of Rodrigo's career. I mean, that is just painful. Running out that close. That close. Oh, J.R. Hildebrand can only watch. But man, how about Keith Hughes? He goes back to back and in style.
No kidding.
I've personally never done it, but there's nothing more rewarding than winning a fuel mileage race. Knowing that you made the right call. Yeah. Wow. And that was just about a photo finish for second. Oh, not quite. Never mind. It wasn't that close. But I thought it could have been.
Folks, we're going to move on to our pre-race or post-race coverage. Talk with our top 3 finishers. We'll get results on your screens here in a few moments. I'd like to remind you folks at home, you can check out AutoSim 2, now available on Steam for $9.99. Again, go check it out, AutoSim 2. It's now available on Steam for $9.99. All right, let's see. Yeah. What is going on there?
Oh, did you hear that?
Yes.
Oh, I refilled my water. I'm sorry. I just can't get through a broadcast without making a weird noise.
It's like,
Last time we had the crunch.
yeah, but the crunch was good. I think the crunch is good.
I enjoyed that too, yeah.
Let's go ahead and start by talking with our second place finisher. He's the driver of the number 42, Kroger Chevrolet, RJ Bishop. RJ, you got a copy?
Yeah.
All right, well, second place finish here tonight. Obviously a hectic, a crazy race to say the least. How did you manage to keep the mental fortitude to stay in it throughout the night?
I tried to keep it in line, but halfway through I was pretty exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
And then after spinning, I just reset like it was the beginning of the race. Just I have no idea.
Well, an up and down night. What is the emotion then to be able to come home with the second place finish like?
Actually completely shocked that I got second right at the end. I thought I was going to be third.
It's just shock, that's all it is?
Pretty much.
Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Well, RJ, we're running short on time. Hate to rush you out of the booth, but again, we're running short on time. Before we let you go, though, I want to give you the opportunity. Got a lot of great partners, got a lot of great friends to help get you to the track. The floor is yours. You know what to do.
I'd like to thank Chevy, obviously, and my fellow friends that are in my other teams. Thank you for cheering me on somewhat, and thanks for broadcasting, guys.
RJ, again, it's always a pleasure to talk with you. Congratulations on the second place run, staying resilient throughout the night. And as always, can't thank you enough for talking with us.
Adios.
RJ Bishop, driver of the number 42, your second place finisher here tonight. Let's go ahead and bring in, you want to bring in the 43 or the 82? Austin, you pick.
Let's talk to the 43 first.
All right, let's go ahead and bring in driver number 43, Allison Rodrigo. You got a copy?
Yes.
What's the disappointment level like? I know that running out of fuel off of turn number 4, I've done it a couple times myself. It's a gut-wrenching feeling.
Yeah, that was tough, you know. I mean, I had some bad lucks in races before here at Maverick, but I think that was the most I had. Yeah. I mean, I think that was part of my part too, because I kind of caused the yellow around 22 to 21 to go. I had a miscommunication with a lap down car, and then it was full mileage.
How do you think you could have saved enough fuel there, or was being the leader a big reason why you weren't able to save the fuel?
Yeah, I was thinking of that after the race. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know if I was saving. I was saving enough. You know, I was saving like at the turn 1 and turn 3, and the 2 and 4 I wasn't saving at all. And I think being the draft must have helped save a little more too. If I was like P3 or P2, I think I would made the checker flag. You know.
Well, Allison, a fantastic run here tonight. Before we let you go, I want to give you the opportunity for friends, family, sponsors, anyone you want to shout out before we let you go.
Okay, thanks. First of all, thanks to you guys at JTN as always. I'm always watching when I'm not racing. Thanks to Benjamin for making this league keep going, and thanks to Pedro Ivo, my boss and my race team. And shout out to Gazeta dello Bagno, who was in my car tonight. And make sure to follow Gazeta dello Bagno at the Instagram. They had some motorsports news every week, so make sure to follow them. And I think is that.
Well, Allison, again, congratulations on the third place finish here tonight. Always a pleasure to talk with you, and enjoy the month off, and hope to see you when we resume Maverick Cup Series racing in August. And as always, a pleasure seeing you in chat too for all of our other broadcasts.
Yeah. Appreciate.
That's Rodrigo, driver, the number 43, your third place finisher here tonight. Let's go ahead and finally bring in our race winner. He takes the hoist up into victory lane. Driver, the number 82, Keith Hughes. Keith, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, Keith, you saved the best for last. You lead one lap. It's the final one. You save enough fuel to win. How'd you do it?
Well, I knew that you could stretch it 22 laps if you clutched. If you pushed it all, you weren't making it 22 laps. I was surprised that the 43 made as far as he did. And I was worried. I was like, dang, I've saved for nothing. So I was trying to get in position. I saved for I think the first 10 laps of that run really hard. And then I started working and trying to get in front of everybody. So if they ran out, I wouldn't run over. Because I know Chad was getting ready to run out. And I didn't want to be behind him when that happened. And I didn't know if the 43 was going to run out. But I figured if he was going to get off power, I would only have just a little bit of time to get to him. So that was the motivation there to save.
We saw internet issues plaguing you early on in this race again tonight. How do you, or maybe not, whatever it was, whatever the issue was.
It
how
was
do you,
oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, how do you keep your head in it to come back and not only rally for a good finish but rally for a win?
I tell you, I had to reset my wheel because it would, even after I did this, it would go full force feedback and then it would go away, like in the middle of a run, like it would just come back and forth. And at one point, my pedals lost power, like it would go but not hard, so I had to back out everything and reset the wheel to get back in the race. And it still did it, but at least the pedals worked. I can make it the steering work by fighting it all race. I'm wore out from doing that. I am sweating up a storm trying to fight this thing because it would be, like I said, 100% feedback and then nothing, and you wouldn't know when it was going to happen. So I need to reset my computer to get that fixed because I don't know why it did that.
What wheel is it?
It's a T48. I've been using it for a week, and it hadn't done that at all. I hadn't done this at all. I don't know
That's
what.
right. You won last week, first time
Yeah, I
using
won
it.
last week for the first time, and now it's acting funny, and I had to fight it to win tonight. And I was frustrated to say the least, and I was just happy that it came down to I was able just to save just a splash of fuel more. That's all it was, because he was definitely faster. I just ended up saving enough fuel there.
Well, Keith, the new wheels 2 for 2 here in the Maverick Cup Series. Congratulations on the win. Before we let you go, want to give you the floor. You know what to do. The floor is yours, buddy.
Well, thank Mountain Ops being on board. Monday to Thunder, Fun League. We got SummerSlam going on right now, and you come out and wreck Tate. It's fun. It's always a good time to do that. Appreciate y'all marathoning through this event that took place tonight. I know that it was a little chaotic at the beginning, and we need to be a little more gracious to things happen, and some things are out of our control, and I'm glad that Jess didn't win the night. But it was fun. Jess was in my ear telling me to talk about him, so I'll talk about him, saying I'm glad he didn't win. But yeah, I thank y'all for hosting. Thank y'all for being patient. Thank you for taking care of some issues that came up during chat, and hope to see y'all in a month.
Well, Keith, again, as always, a pleasure talking with you. Congratulations on the win here. Enjoy the month break, and look forward to seeing you and all the other guys here at the Maverick Cup Series taken back to the track here in August.
All right. Thank you.
Keith Hughes, driver number 82. your race winner here tonight. Well, Austin, that's going to wrap up our coverage here from Indy. You got any parting words for the folks at home?
Not a lot other than thankful for the Maverick Cup Series. I mean, no matter what happens from green to checkered, I tell you what, that checkered flag, it always seems to have some excitement in it, doesn't it? There's always something that makes the finishes at the end of these races so fantastic. And like we saw in all three interviewers, all class. I mean, it's another fantastic night of racing wrapped up, Joe. It's been a pleasure to be up here in the booth with you, and I'm excited to do it again when we get Hobo on the Tuesday night rotation, and then when we come back in August with Maverick as well.
It's going to be a fun one, folks. And again, make sure if you want to stay up to date with what we got going on, you can follow us on our social media at JoeTowNetwork. Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. We're also over on Twitch. We have that linked in the video description below. We got you covered. You just got to scroll down underneath the video. And again, we can't thank you enough for tuning in. Maverick Cup Series will be live next with us on Tuesday, August 1st. Take our July break here, but don't fret. We'll have you covered the 11th, 18th, and 25th with Hobo Racing action with their Cup Series on those Tuesday nights. We'll catch up with the boys over at Hobo. Again, folks, it's always a pleasure to broadcast these races. For all of us here at JTN, for our producer Bristol, for my colleague Austin Spencer, I've been Joe Twansky. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll see you guys next time live right here on JTN. So long for now, folks.
Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checkered. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh! Turn 4 into the tri-oval. Whitehill in through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
Off the ride and they're wrecking behind him. We have cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down, it doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Behind, they're going to be side by side again. Contact there between Sinner and Gordo for
Oh, the contact! Oakley into the wall. There's going to be Jack Healy coming to the line.
Jack Healy